I don't know. I don't know what to say. I haven't had. Anyway, let's just find the intro and get everybody. Oh, it's all Remy stuff. Remy, I can't find my intro now.
Say goodbye to Remy's place. Looking for my friends on a Saturday. Where's Fantastic Lady, Chip and Journey, Beckerman and Robbie Fatstacks? And they're like, don't you watch MadSpidey'S Outback? Where Lemmy shows up just like that. Live chat here with YouTubers. You better sub, bring a comic cover.
Bow down, bitches. Gobble, whack, bitches.
My best mate Lee Simon Sorrow. A Lee meme with some muscle. On here, you better watch your language, or you won't get any of his Vegemite sandwich. Freaky Sid, I come from MadSpidey'S Outback. Talking comics and some smack. Welcome all to MadSpidey'S Outback. You better sub, bring a comic cover, yeah.
I don't know what to do now. Remy can just run the whole thing.
What's going on, brother? Listen, this wasn't my intention, but when I got in here, other people started to join, and I realized I can't get out and then bring them back in. I messed the whole thing up.
And now I can't see my stuff. All I can see is your stuff.
I know. Isn't it glorious? Isn't it glorious? I think it's what everybody wants.
Another one.
I'm kidding. It's terrible. This is awful. What do you think we should do now?
I just feel like leaving now. Nah, we'll bring everybody in.
There's a lot of
it's glorious, like one giant hole.
The Rat King of New York is here too.
You said hole like Nia Jax's hole?
No, I said glorious, like one giant glory hole.
I see the missus isn't here, but I can see some spawn just being.
Ah,
there you go.
Shout out to Izzy.
Oh, that's the spawn you got?
Yeah.
Mr.
I didn't even
Kyle.
notice it.
So, Kyle.
Got Cliff as well. Hope you're doing well, Cliff.
I'm doing well. Finally, I'm alive with you.
And Mr. Legend of Comics himself.
Hey, Marky Poo.
Marky who?
Marky Poo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know you had that kind of relationship with him.
Yeah, a little boo boo, you know.
That's my Jersey boy.
Jersey boy. Jersey boy from Ohio.
Yes, sir.
At least he knows how to change a tire.
I do.
Oh,
Great. I'm all right with that.
Shots fired already.
I'm in my my little kingdom here.
Kingdom.
You're in your house of cards.
Yo, Izzy, I have seen you live from your car more than anywhere else.
That means you don't watch my Monday show at all.
Definitely doesn't.
I'm gonna start joining from my car on Mark's Hangout because that's about the time I'm driving at work when it starts.
Every Saturday night, you're gonna see me in the car. Saturday night, I'm in the car because I gotta pick up the lady.
Of course.
Gotta pick up
Pick
the
up the
missus.
lady, maybe pick up some dinner. It's an
And that's what I'm doing right now.
mm-hmm.
What are you getting?
It's a taco day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a taco day.
Here you go.
Is there a rat in a tuxedo serving you, or?
No, they're a bunch of Mexicans.
There you go.
And it's not meant to be a joke. They really are Mexicans.
Yeah, that's probably
Well,
fine.
you're getting tacos.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of makes sense.
Authentic Mexican tacos. Taco #1. That's what it's called.
I mean, I make authentic Mexican tacos and
No, you don't.
for a
No,
living.
yeah.
and I'm Caucasian.
We don't count Taco Bell.
Wait, you're Caucasian?
Yes. I know I don't look it, but
No, you look white.
yeah.
Look white.
Hey,
Full
pretty
Tyler, full white.
Celtic, actually, if we want to dig hairy.
Mark, are you trying to imply that that Adam is whiter than Caucasian?
Yeah, he's pretty much see-through. You can see how much money's in his pocket. You see right through him.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Oh,
Those aren't really.
money
Those
that's
tattoos
inside.
aren't really
Oh,
on
my.
his skin. They're actually paintings on the wall behind.
Yeah.
No, those aren't those like those sleeves?
Yeah,
Those tattoo sleeves.
He's got an Ed Hardy shirt sleeves.
Yeah.
I'm off Amazon.
You're
That's a
gonna
bit
just
of a-
see Dirt just doing like this, listening to new metal music.
All right, let's say a quick hello to the chat, like what we do.
Hello, chat.
Hello, chat.
Hello,
Hey,
chat.
Kev.
Yeah.
Less Crucius. Hooray!
Las Cruces.
Really from New Mexico? Okay.
Truly from New Mexico.
That's a throw off.
Look, Cliff is saying hello, but he's actually here. Kyle is saying hello. He's actually
Wait, Cliff
here.
is here?
I'm here and I'm
Mr.
here,
Freaking
baby.
Woody.
Are you sure?
It's been a long ride, I'm very sure.
Hey,
You're very sure you're here. I'm glad to know that. All right.
Yeah, I
One
had
of
to
these
start
days
it
we
an
should
hour
do a
later.
show where I just pick people up, and you guys all part of the show.
Just
That'd be
Uber
great.
drive them.
Oh my
Yeah, we
god.
just-
Like a little
Could you
party
really
bus.
just do that? Could you just Uber? Could you just like Uber on Saturdays, but like warn people they're gonna be on camera as soon as they get in the car? That'd be great.
Just don't charge
Y'all-
them.
y'all
Just
remember
let random
Cash
people
Cab?
in your car.
Do you remember Cash
Yes.
Cab? People would get in the cab and they wouldn't know they're on a game
Yeah,
show.
cab.
Izzy should
Cash-
do that.
That'd be dope.
I know, right?
New York would be perfect for
And,
it.
and, and then
If
we
you
just
get the
ask them a whole bunch
questions
of
right,
comic
I'll
book
give you
questions.
$5. If you get them wrong, I drop you off on the other side of town.
Bro,
Without
perfect.
anything
Live
to
stream it, new series, comic book related questions to random people.
I know, right?
Oh, you
Like-
call comic book caravan.
There you go.
There you go.
Like, name me 5 Guardians of the Galaxy members.
Starhawk, Aletta, and Pastovic.
And Spider-Man is what they'd say.
Kids.
You're wrong on every single front, man. You know the real
Yeah, and if
real
they
Guardians
get-
of the Galaxy.
That's when you stop your
I'm
car.
sorry,
and
I
come
named
out.
real Guardians of the Galaxy, and you are trying to tell me I'm wrong.
Yes, you are wrong.
There
It's
is
the
no
legendary.
Star-Lord Guardians of the
There's this
Galaxy.
legendary
without the
Star
originals.
Lord.
Unbelievable. Zero respect. How dare you not have respect for Starhawk, Aletta, and Van Sastrovic? Unbelievable. And Charlie 27
And Martin X. Yep.
and Martinex and Yondu. The original Yondu is
No
there.
communists here. No communists here. Okay. Oh, you said
Uh,
Martin X. Oh, not Martin X.
Yes,
Okay,
we've
no,
hit daylight savings, so I had to start it an hour later, and I got to wake up at 5:30 this morning for Rob's show instead of 4:30, so I got a little bit of an extra sleep in.
There you go.
Austin,
What a legend.
doing well, mate. John. Oh, it's all full of Johns today.
It really is.
Hey, it's John.
Hey, John. Everybody's
John's
saying later,
Comics
everybody.
with Kids. Did he
And
finally
we'll-
get that stream up and running?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Everybody's up. That's what.
Jesus Christ.
That's why we sent the message. That's why I sent a message out to the channel lineup that says, "Here's the description and list of shows and everything for you to post on your description."
Izzy just wanted to try to throw someone under the bus.
Now he probably hasn't read it yet because he's
No,
probably been
I'm
driving
in
his
the car.
He's been working. He's been working all day, driving around, picking up. John's.
Picking it up.
I will be joining Andy as a co-host, Rob. Thank you for letting me reach out to him.
You doing who?
Andy on his laugh show. I'm going to be
Who
Oh.
is Andy?
Mhm.
Cool.
Oh, that does. Did you? I talked to Rups today. He's going to be giving me Alex Ross CGC signature series to send with my box to you.
Awesome sauce.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was reaching out to a couple artists today that had previously said that they would commit, just gently reminding them that I need everything by October 12th, and a couple of them go, "Oh, yes, thank you."
I'm glad I waited. I'm glad I got, because I was going to ship it today. It's all boxed up and everything, but I got busy digging through those comics this morning, and my post office shuts down at 11. So I'm glad I waited because now I can add that to it. So I'm shipping that out Wednesday too.
Your post office shuts down at 11?
On Saturdays, dude.
Mine shuts down at 2 on Saturdays.
Like every Saturday, since COVID, they shut down at 11 o'clock. It might even be 10 o'clock, bro. It's very early on Saturdays. On Monday through Fridays.
What's the point of opening then?
Dude, well, I do think they're open at 8 o'clock, but I mean, it's impossible to get out there. And it's so far across town. It's very, very frustrating to get to my post office. C-Biz.
Hey, C-Bizzle. So there we go.
So how you guys doing tonight? You have a good day?
Mm-hmm. I'm busy. Let me do this.
Today was a very productive day.
Same for me.
Did anybody catch Only Slabs? I heard someone won.
It was you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
You were one of 3 winners today. So don't think you're too special.
I just wanted the Comic Scared Cancer shirt.
But I am special. My mom always told me that.
Well, I'm glad, Durst. You can always
we
get
agree.
one
We
on
agree.
FastStacksMerch.com.
We agree with the context your mom was using it in.
I mean, statistically speaking, we're all special.
I disagree.
You guys are the most special people to me.
My high school used to say that to me all the time too.
Yes.
Look
When they
where
were
we're
talking about class
look where we're at
placement
now, is it?
opportunities.
Yeah, they would tell me all the time. He's like, go to the special class.
My mom used to say I was special, but my dad used to tell me that I was my own worst enemy. So
My dad just used to beat me.
Oh my!
It just got dark.
I was gonna
all right, well, that's it, folks. I'll see you next time.
My dad's an old school mechanic Catholic farmer. So, and I was a rebel as a kid. So,
Catholic farmer. I can't even imagine what they were.
Did you say
trying to cultivate.
mechanic Catholic farmer?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god!
It was the worst, bro. But I love him to death. But man, he put me on the right track for sure.
They put you on the righteous path.
No, I did not. I did not go down that path.
He taught him how to hide his friends.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to hide my friends real quick.
Okay, trying to
You
get
guys want
this
to see
part.
some books? I got new books. I'll show some books.
Okay, let's
Some
see.
classic books. All $2 from this.
So did you just say classic books?
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, that's golden age for you, right? Anything by 2000.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
No, you got to represent.
Oh, Super Pro. There you go.
Wow.
I got the whole run now.
Oh, look at that.
Violator.
Here you go, Rob, just for you. I was hyped for this.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that.
The only one I was missing. Shout out to Beckerman Knight Thrasher.
Mm-hmm. You got it right. Like Thrasher.
Oh, I always like that book. Mark
The
Bagley
first,
did that.
Doppelganger? Huh.
Yeah, first
Yeah.
doppelganger.
You already showed that.
No, it's the newsie. Got the newsie.
Oh. Dazzler.
Well,
I
shout
got
out to
this.
Scott.
Got this for Trev. I got that for Scott in case he didn't have it. Got this for Trev because he collects Kiss covers. The other Super Pro I needed. Mask. And then just a dope shiny cover.
Oh, I always like that.
Oh, look at the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The OGs.
That's the B
OGs.
team.
Yes,
The
sir.
B team.
Yes, sir. But yeah, there was a ton of books, but I was like, man, I don't want to go too crazy.
I'll be at that. All right, Kyle.
Oh, that's right. I gotta reload the giveaway box too.
Another one.
All right.
Just send me your thumbnail for your live show tomorrow so I can add it to my list. Sunday night shows.
Well, Rob, I hope I sent you plenty to reload the box.
Even though it's a
I haven't opened it yet. It's sitting here, but that'll be like trying to think. It might be this Thursday's mystery box because I don't have one recorded
This
yet.
clip?
his.
Oh
his
no! This
bigger one.
Thursday.
You didn't open mine. It's just sitting
I haven't
there.
opened. No, mine's getting open tomorrow, and it's my Monday video.
Yeah, Rob ordered a double, so I had to find a box just
Nice.
for
Well, you put them on sale for half price. Why wouldn't I buy a double?
I love
just-
the pink.
It's just
box.
criminally insane not to.
Pink box is like my favorite shipping box I've got so far. I'm a big sucker for.
Yeah.
pink.
I'm glad you
Well,
actually-
actually
boxes too, Durs.
Oh yeah, nice.
I say, Cliff, that'll actually be not this week, but next week's, because this week is freaking. There's somebody else's mystery box. It was ahead of yours, so next week.
But if anyone wants a $15 mystery box for me, and of course the cost of shipping, CliffOnComics.com, where they're on sale, and every one of them might have the golden ticket so that you can get this beautiful slab
Ooh, I'll open mine
of
right
West
now.
Coast Avengers.
There you go.
nice.
Nice.
I have to continually keep advertising.
Durs, were you talking to me about something about tomorrow?
You're doing that thing with JF Authentics collectibles.
IRF.
IRF.
Yeah.
I do a Sunday night list of like tagging all the shows with links and stuff. Send me that thumbnail so I can add it to my list tomorrow.
Sure.
Thank you. Also did my First Whatnot show tonight, and it was a good turnout. I went for about an hour and made $120. So it's another $120 that goes to the pile.
Were you selling Whatnot Wins?
There was only one Whatnot win.
That would have been the brilliant one. Is that they were all Whatnot Wins, and you turned around and made money out of them.
This was a Whatnot win, and I sold it for $25. Exo Swords Virgin. But at the end here, but all that money, I mean, I'm going to do a couple more shows, and any money I make from that or claim sales I'm going to do on Instagram, it all goes to my pile of funds that I already have, and all that goes to C3. So
Phenomenal.
that's how I'm doing that.
That's how I'm doing it.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, I'm doing it by, offering more collaborations on my OnlyFans to help. Yes.
Sure, dude. Oh yeah, this is here.
By the way, Spidey, I really am enjoying your Spider-Woman shirt.
Oh, thank you.
You too.
Hulk, make me a sandwich.
Big shout out to Colossus Collector for buying this for $40 though. Told me to list it. He's like, "You got any X-Men books?" I'm like, "No, but I got this one." He's like, "Put it up for 40. I don't care." I was like, "All right, bro."
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Pause, yeah. And he lives in Canada. It was like $20 shipping.
Oh my lord!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's about right.
Only $20.
That's right. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta find a box that I can put both those mystery boxes into to get you a quote.
Yeah, because I get paid Wednesday, so that'll be the time to.
Yeah, I'll do that
Get it.
tomorrow.
I got to ship to Hootnik the following week. I got a slab for him, and he ordered from the Rups Comics. They had the pack of.
What are you doing, Remy?
Yeah, Austin joins my Whatnot, and I have this. I have this in the background, bro, just to show off. Austin joins and immediately goes, "Is that for sale?" I'm like, "No, dude."
Of course he's going to. Come on.
Yeah, you can't put random things in the background on Whatnot, dude.
I
Everything is
realized
for sale.
that. I was like, "Oh, I'll just throw something dope up in the background just to show Beckerman some love."
And there was only like 8 of us there tonight, and everyone was like, "But why aren't you selling it?"
I'm like, "That's never for sale."
Yeah, don't ever use that as the background
I
again.
even was showing off. I use Whatnot to plug. I was showing off the salve, showing off the Illuminati on the back and everything. You gotta plug.
Yeah, Austin's got it right
Austin
there.
says
Everything's for
it.
sale.
Everything
When it comes
has a
to
price.
image, it really is.
I gotta
Even when
tell
it's
you,
done?
I've been an authorized seller for a couple months. I'm still afraid to pull the trigger on it. I got to get over that.
Dude, that's what I did tonight. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It really wasn't.
Also, I got all these really cool glasses like hanging up on this shelf that like can go. So I might as well just like be like, oh, and if you're not interested in comics, I have these glasses for sale.
Izzy, I need tres asada tacos con queso, por favor.
¿Tú quieres carne
I
con
need-
queso, puerco o tú quieres vegetal?
1, 2, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's
Nachos
I
and
couldn't
cheese.
understand it. I couldn't understand a word he said.
¿Cómo se llama? Adam, me too, and El Fiesta in El
Si
Pantalone.
fuera yo ordeno los tacos al pastor y lo dejo así.
Los tacos de pastor.
I got kicked out of my freshman.
Los tacos al pastor son mi favorito. Mi otro favorito, la birria, pero la birria se queda por todos
How
lados.
do you say "shut the fuck up" in Spanish?
Para información,
Cállate la boca,
yo marqué
sinvergüenza.
dos.
Just stop. Just stop doing it. You're going to drive me crazy.
Thank you.
Se dice cállate la boca.
I'm waiting on Izzy to
MadSpidey's
switch to
Australian
Hebrew.
ratings are going down the tubes.
All right.
That's
Who's,
what we did
who's
those
our
international
official
viewers,
translator?
bro. That's when you go check the audience later tonight in your analytics. and
It's
see
me.
that you
I'll
pulled
translate. Go ahead, say something.
All right, Cliff, say something. Rumi's going to translate. I think Cliff sounded the most authentic. Durs did not. Durs lost me immediately.
Durs
I
sounded
said
like
I
a
got kicked out of freshman Spanish. I knew little to none.
We can tell. And all
Freshman
y'all,
Spanish.
I'm honest.
Cliff,
Yeah,
how do you
Spanish
say
one.
Durs can't speak Spanish in Spanish?
I only was taking it because I thought I was going to college, and then I was like, meh. And then I got kicked out for back talking the teacher. But then I had study hall for the full year, which was awesome because I could catch up on all my other homework.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Ahora no puedo hablar español.
Guacamole.
Stay in school, kids.
Yo,
And
the other
Cabo
day, Izzy was like putting everybody on game with how to say Ishmael. Was it? Were you doing Hebrew?
Oh,
class?
Yeah, don't call me Ishmael, please.
Is that Amish? Something
No, because I'm not quarter. I'm not Jewish.
Oh my God! All this time I thought you were Sephardic.
What?
I'm kidding.
Llevar. Yeah. Gotta get my tacos now. They're coming in. We gotta take them to go.
Where are you buying your tacos?
No, where you at?
In Tacos Number 1
That's it,
by
Paul?
Church and Warren Street.
That's a big place.
Yeah. Oh, this place is crazy during the week.
Los tacos número uno is what it's
Yep.
called.
Los tacos número uno.
Holy cow!
Bold statement. That's like when you go to New York and they say New York's best coffee on the window.
Ah,
See,
yeah.
look at
They
this.
need to learn from me. Or my
It's supposed to
marketing.
look like a. It's supposed to look like a what's it called? Like a truck stop. Yeah. So there you go. Tacos número uno. Los tacos número uno.
So it's supposed to look like a truck stop. Does that mean they have tacos and lot lizards?
Yeah, that too. If you go a block away, you get the rat store.
The rat store. You mean you can actually buy rats since they're not laying around, walking around normally?
Yeah.
They're well trained, well groomed.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Yeah,
deliver
across
your
the street.
pizza.
Across
Which
the street,
location are you at,
South-
Izzy?
I just said it. Warren Church.
Oh,
I didn't
All
know.
right. so Tribeca?
Yes.
Okay.
I am in Tribeca. And I think the cops are arresting
How do you say
somebody.
it with an accent?
I don't know. I just felt like saying it like that. Tribeca. Tribeca. I just came out of the taco place. I
He's
got
feeling it.
some stuff.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get some
You know what I'm
tortillas?
talking about.
Yo Kiro, Taco Bell.
Oh,
Did you say Akira Taco Bell?
Yo Kiro, Taco Bell.
I
Like,
remember
I
that
don't
little
know. I
chihuahua taught
don't
me
even.
that.
I don't even know that's a statement. There is no word like Yokiro.
I don't know. Whatever that Taco Bell chihuahua's told me
It
for
means
years.
I want
bro.
okay.
Taco Bell.
I'm super curious. So
Well,
Yo
what
quiero,
is
yo
Mexican
quiero.
food like in Australia?
Hey,
John.
How are things?
You're here just in time. Please tell us how to speak Spanish. How do you say I want Taco Bell in Spanish.
There's no translation. There's actually no translation for that, Mark, because they would never say it.
We're clearly at this is Spanish 3 honors, right?
Easy.
Yeah.
Well, there's
can't
levels
see
to it.
that
I think
far.
that Cliff would be an honors. The rest of us is a sad show. Or-
Thank you, Mark, because yes, I did complete Spanish 5 honors in high school.
It
Spanish
shows.
5
You're the
honors?
only one that can speak it. Now, Rob can do the telephone game. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's got the right phrases for his job.
Yeah, and I can say my lines I had to say when I was covering for the Spanish radio broadcast.
Yeah.
So that's why I can sit there.
Romanian,
I go,
Romanian is
95 punto FM KS Hoto S Radio Slan Escucha.
Estás escuchando WFKM FM number 1.
$6.
Dude, everyone with this number 1 stuff, you guys get it wrong. That's why when I do my barbecue, I say my barbecue stuff. I sit there and exclusively say we're not the best. We're just the best you'll ever eat. That way, I'm not saying I'm number 1.
There you go.
But you'll just never find anything better. That's all.
I mean, if it makes it any more real, if I ever go to California on a vacation, which 100% I will, I'm going to time it around Rob's barbecue. So you do a
Third
little
Saturday in July. Third Saturday in July every year.
That would be vacation time.
We only had 1 year since I've been married that we didn't have it, and that was like the height of the pandemic.
I'm gonna have to sell my OnlyFans extra hard so I can afford heroes, and I can.
You're gonna start taking those
Drop your OF
shoes
in the
and
chat so
socks
everyone
off.
can link up with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say drop the link that way we can promote the shit out of it.
Everyone,
I don't even know what you guys are talking about anymore.
Get Cliff to Hero Con.
They're talking about
Getting
feet.
Cliff's OF to take
OF.
off. His OnlyFans.
Oh, Cliff's OnlyFans?
Yeah, he's got a mouth to feed.
Oh my God, that's my slogan.
I was gonna say, was that on the OnlyFans or not?
Unruly.
Boy.
Oh my God,
All right.
this is Motley Crue.
Okay.
Hey, Cliff,
Water and feet pics is what I recommend.
Hey, Cliff, don't forget to send me whatever information I need to know for Monday.
Okay. I mean, really, send us whatever you want. I mean, you're the guest.
It could be nothing more than just let me know the link that I need to be able to click on and what time I need, confirming the time I need to be
I
there,
believe 5 p.m. your time is 8 p.m. our time.
correct.
All right, so you will have the link before.
Ladies and gentlemen, an East Coaster who can do math and tell us West Coast time. There's a first for everything.
Let's go.
He had it written out, man. That's the class he passed.
Yeah, no, Mark knows that I keep the time frame so I can manage my international men.
Very good. That's right.
Time zone 101.
Yeah.
When you said our time, I think you meant to say real time. That's just a slight variation of it, but
New York time.
real time.
Remy, I mean, you can have that because perception is reality, and what is reality other than what we perceive it to be, and that's that. But
what are you, Morpheus now?
Everybody knows it's GMT is real time, bitches.
Yeah. So there you go.
All I know is it's 9:28, and whatever else is going on in the world doesn't exist.
Oh, there.
I'm just really high.
No, not too much at the moment.
It's 9:28.
California.
We're doing. There you go.
But I was in the middle of asking Spidey a question a little while ago, and that is, do you know? Can you share with us what is Mexican food like in Australia?
I don't really eat Mexican food, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Does it exist?
Yes, it does. It does. It's more like your little, like mum and pop type stores. There's no real like big chains or anything like that. There used to be, back in the day, there used to be a Taco Bill, not a Taco Bell, but a Taco Bill.
That's not Mexican.
That was pretty average, but yeah, I'm not a big Mexican food, Spanish food sort of eater or whatever like that. Taco Bell has actually just started coming here now.
Wow,
I
bro!
think there's maybe one or two stores in my state.
You're just now getting the fourth meal.
Just two?
It's two or three, I think there is, and that's it.
So my follow-up question is going to be about franchises. Have you guys had KFC for a long time in Australia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, KFC is everywhere, man.
Yeah, well,
They're not
because
just-
the Colonel was
they're not just
notorious.
Kentucky.
Spidey eats KFC every Friday.
I ate at the original KFC.
Well, the thing is that KFC and Taco Bell are the same company.
Well,
They're
correct.
owned by the
And if you
same
get
company.
lucky, you can find those and a Pizza Hut all in one
All the
location.
same location.
My favorite.
That's
trifecta.
the Yum
If you
Corporation.
come across a good old fashioned Kentucky Hut, you do not pass it up.
Yes, you have to go in. And you have to get one from each different place.
Yes,
too.
exactly. I'll have mashed potatoes with my personal pan pizza and my fried chicken.
Alongside a Pepsi, and you got to get a Pepsi.
No, you have to get a,
that's all they have.
No, you have to get a Baja Blast because
Baja
Taco
Blast.
Bell is
Baja
running
Blast.
Baja
crazy.
Blast.
Oh, you got to get the Baja Blast from Taco Bell.
Super spicy, bro. Delicious.
Exactly. If you could put some Diablo sauce on my fried chicken, please.
Yep.
Have you noticed the new Taco Bell commercials like troll people with the Baja Blast?
Yeah, they know what they got.
They do.
Bro, you don't know how many times customers come up to the window and they're like, "Yeah, let me get a large Baja Blast." It's like, dude, my brain. It's like,
Need the Jesse Ventura special because he's down in the Baja.
Wow, when people are coming up and speaking worse Spanish than you, Durs, we got it's
Are they also asking for a flour tortilla?
yes, and a quesadilla.
Quesadilla. Eat the quesadilla. It's
Yeah.
the best.
My brain, dude. Just
I love a good old fashioned quesadilla.
Now this is a taco. Look at esto un taco.
We
Mira.
can't
least
see you. You're blacked out.
Nothing.
You know what? At
Esto-
least they're
esto
calling it
taco.
a quesadilla as opposed to
Mira,
a
taco.
quesadilla.
Oh,
Mira,
that's the
Everyone look at this taco. Look at this.
Look at that.
You're killing me,
Look at that.
Izzy. You're killing
It's
me.
beautiful.
As we
Black,
start.
Have a bite. Have a bite.
Beautiful.
Mira qué lindo.
So tasty, is
Look
it?
so
Mira
good.
como-
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, yeah, that does look good, Izzy. That looks really good.
Yeah, the darkness. Yes, it's so inviting.
John,
Great.
are you really wanted
Hello,
to?
darkness, Miles?
Yeah, I was gonna say, John's like, what the fuck did I come on here for?
I've never made it to one of Simon's streams. I finally had a chance that I could jump on.
It's my
and it's
You finally
basically
understand why you never come before.
well, yeah.
It's
It's
why
basically
do
just
we always
turned
come
into that-
here? I guess we'll never know. It's like some
There's that
kind
Jim
of torture.
Gaffigan sketch
That's the
sketch when he's
show.
basically saying like he worked at a Taco Bell in the middle of America and everybody came in and asked him, "What's a fajita?" And he's like,
Vegeta.
He's like, it's
A
a tortilla
vegeta.
with meat, cheese, and vegetables. And then they're like,
A
what's a
vegeta.
tostada? It's a tortilla with meat, cheese, and vegetables. Just pick something.
Just pick some-
Everything on the menu is a tortilla with meat, cheese, and vegetables.
And then none.
Just
I
what,
know.
do you want it hard, soft, or
Yeah.
somewhat in between?
I can make every item on this menu about 2 different ways. Tell
Timestamp
me how.
around 33
Yeah.
minutes. MadSpidey.
How do you guys like your taco? Do you like your taco hard or soft?
Do you like your taco wrapped in another taco?
Oh,
Just
man.
the whole damn thing, whole show.
Oh, the double.
I will admit that a quesarito is damn good.
They're
Not
fire, bro.
not a Taco Bell quesarito. Let me preface that, Durs.
See,
You have
I'm
to
biased,
specify.
bro.
You have to
It's
specify
the-
that we're,
it's the
none of
not-
this says Taco Bell. None
Yeah,
of this
I'm not
says
It's like
Taco Bell.
McDonald's. McDonald's has the best Coke on the planet because it's spiked with crack. Taco Bell nacho
Well,
cheese
isn't crack
also
Coke?
spiked with crack.
I mean,
Can't
I've
tell you the
Taco
last
Bell
time I've
has
been on a McDonald's
immaculate nacho
property.
cheese.
never thought
It's not the same as McDonald's. McDonald's, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
he is talking
You're doing the
McDonald's.
Monopoly McDonald's?
Oh, it's back in your area.
Oh, man.
People go crazy for that here.
Oh my god! Yes, no. Unruly Simeon is correct. KFC's downhill. Absolutely. Popeyes spicy chicken on the bone. That's it. Nothing else.
I'm a Lee's
Go away.
chicken kind of guy.
I'm not much of a Popeyes guy.
Well,
I
then
like
you're
the
fired.
biscuits. I like
Chick-fil-A
the
is pretty
biscuits.
good too.
Their biscuits
wasn't
are
looking-
salty mess.
I like their biscuits though.
Speaking of a salty mess, how you doing?
I'm a salty mess.
Yeah, we don't have Popeyes down here, unfortunately, so I've never
Yeah,
tried.
I'm sorry. Once you,
Yeah.
that's where it's at, baby.
Cajun
But
chicken,
only
so they
the
say.
spicy on the bone, not their tenders, not their non-spicy, spicy on the bone. That's it.
I'm gonna give that one to Rob, but I will say that my local KFC is actually still very good. I've had I've had outside the area, and the original recipe has been lost. But apparently, we're keeping it alive where I live.
That's because Popeyes is always in the hood.
Normally,
Kinda.
Yeah.
One of my Popeyes is just outside of its hood, and then
yeah?
and then the other one is actually on a main strip in its local town.
It's in the hood. It's not in the ghetto because that's dominated by pound fried chicken. Or
Oh, we have
Kennedy
Kennedy fried chicken. That's our hood. That's our hood chicken. Kennedy fried chicken.
That's definitely hood chicken.
John, do y'all have hood chicken over there where you're at? In your part of Cali?
I'm in Orange County.
Hey, Durs, your name's not John.
Things don't get real ghetto in Orange County.
You're in Orange County, California, right?
Do y'all have
Yes, sir.
orange chicken, though? But do you have orange chicken?
I mean,
There's a lot of
Chinese
Panda Express
restaurants.
Yeah. Well, let's not even call them Chinese. Let's be honest. Look, I felt that we should sue Panda for false advertising because first of all, it ain't Panda.
I've never had
Panda meat.
Panda.
It's way better. Secondly, it ain't gourmet. It ain't Chinese. And well, maybe it's fast food. That's about the only thing that entire name that's accurate.
Noodles are really good.
Would you do the same thing for Sarku Japan?
Who?
Stop saying shit with an accent.
Sarku Japan.
Never heard of
I don't know what that is.
I'm very excited to hear your Japanese accent now, Izzy.
That's like me naming
My Japanese accent. I'm not even going to touch that one.
Izzy can open up my brainchild of a hybrid restaurant, of a fusion restaurant that's Mexican Japanese called Emperor Burritos, and
yeah, I know that spot. You're not that far fetched from the truth, man.
I'm just picturing a burrito shape for a giant sushi roll.
Okay,
right.
So we have authentic Mexican Italian pizza and taco space done by Chinese people.
Well, sure.
I'm sorry.
We've got a great.
I know. I'm just the backup
pizza
here,
place
Spidey.
around, but...
It's your choice, but what he's talking about, I refuse to have just a blank screen talk to me about.
I do have a good topic. Have you guys seen at all that huge sphere in Las Vegas? You've had to have seen that at some point. The giant sphere with all the LED screens on it.
Yeah.
So they just had their first concert.
Is it really a sphere?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not. It's not. We'll call it a half sphere.
It's called a dome, I believe, right?
Right, but
it's got a flat bottom.
Dude, I'm telling you,
like all the girls we love.
Is Pauly Shore there?
Girls.
No, listen, dude, I'm not kidding. If you look at footage
we're
from the
listening.
concert, it's immediately a bucket list destination for me. It was so crazy because the entire inside of the place is screens as well. So like the one scene, it was like they were on top of a mountain, like the whole crowd was on top of a mountain in the sky as the band was playing in the background. It is so outrageous to watch. Like the inside of that dome, like bucket list. One of the wonders of the world for me now, for sure.
That's because you're still young. My age,
Dude,
I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to any concert because there's people there.
Crazy. It's just crazy, man. To see the inside of it, you have to watch. Yeah, that was already crazy, like the eyeball and stuff. But they just had their first concert. I think it was yesterday, maybe Friday, and you have to see the inside of it, bro.
No, I don't.
What a little boy, man.
I'm a little boy, man.
I'm to the point now where I've just outgrown Vegas. I don't even want to be there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I hate that it's in Vegas.
I'm so done with Las Vegas.
I do
I've had too many
hate that
bad
it's in Vegas.
experiences in that
There's
city.
a great little comic shop right outside the strip.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Great comic shops everywhere.
Of course, but I'm just saying, if you find yourself that you have to be there.
The only thing that used to be worth going to Vegas for was some of the food, but nowadays you can't even get a buffet for less than like $40, and I feel obligated that I have to try to make my money off the goddamn buffet, and I'm freaking chugging down, just enormous amounts of food that even I get sick eating.
This is the most I've ever bonded with Rob. We're simpatico on
my
this one.
buffet lifestyle.
We got Atlantic City over here.
It's
so.
pretty scary considering you're from the desert.
I'll be honest with you. Even if it's a free
12.
buffet, I'm going to be doing that.
When I hit
though, so,
Vegas, and the most memorable thing was all the stripper trading cards lining the sidewalks.
Yes.
They had
You
all
gotta
the
get them
stats.
slabbed. Get your
Yeah.
9.8.
Yeah, you pick one up. It's got all the,
The PSA.
You can call them,
Is-
set up a meeting, have them.
Is that a gem?
Oh, look at this. She's 5'3", and she's been doing this for 3 years.
Listen, the last
She
time I
put two
went,
kids through
It's-
college.
It says
I'm just
here
saying.
that her daddy's really disappointed in her.
Tested and
I'm
clean
saying,
and everything.
I'm saying, if it's a 0.5, would you?
Ooh, depends on how rough a night it was.
I'm just saying,
Oh.
if it's 0.5, would you?
But if I'm going to Vegas, you better be hunting them gem mint 10s for sure.
I drive through it every year to go to,
Hey,
to
I'm
Utah, but
perfectly
that's about it.
I'm okay with a 9.4.
You go through Vegas? Oh, yeah, from where you're at. Maybe,
From where I'm
yeah.
at, it's sort of a straight shot through
Yeah.
Vegas to
Yeah.
Bryan,
When I-
to Utah for skiing.
Yeah,
I bet you
okay,
there's a
depending on where
couple
you're
of
going in
flying
Utah. Yeah, because I was going. My son goes to school in St. George,
Oh,
and
yeah,
so when we drove down to drop him off, we go down south below Tehachapi, to go through Tehachapi. We end up cutting through the corner of Arizona and into.
Yeah,
And that's
you
why I don't
almost
think we-
have
I don't
to
think we
take
actually
that
went-
little strip there through that crazy. Was it the Virgin River Gorge?
Yeah, something like that. But then my parents are in Palm Desert. We stop in Palm
Yeah.
Desert for the night.
My dad was
because
in there for a long
Yeah.
time. They
You
just
get
sold their
free-
place last year.
free place to stay overnight in between, so you don't have to do a 13-hour drive.
Yeah, it's a long one. Yeah, Bryan Head is not far from St. George.
Yeah,
we go right through there.
Yeah. No, from where, because I'm up in San Jose, so it's so I got 7 hours just to get down to Southern California
Right.
before you get to
Exactly. Well, the girls love skiing, so every winter after Christmas we roll up that way.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think most of my son goes to Vegas more than any of the rest of us, but that's just because the shuttle bus from the school takes him to Las Vegas airport to then get a direct flight into San Jose. Because if you try to go out of St. George,
oh, I'm sure flights are expensive and hard to find.
Well, they're not that bad occasionally, but St. George only flies out of the airport. You can only go to 3 cities: Dallas, Salt Lake, or Arizona, Phoenix. And then you have to connect, and and the way the connection is, sometimes it could be an 8-10 hour flight travel time. So sometimes it's not, sometimes it's overfull. So, anyways,
Plus that flight from San Jose, I bet that San Jose to Vegas flight is probably super fast, right?
It is. It's like 2 hours or less.
Yeah.
But they cut half the flights are no longer direct flights that used to be there. Half of them go through Burbank now.
Oh,
so
wow.
like my son, I have to pick times. Otherwise, it's like he could leave Vegas 2 hours before another flight and arrive in San Jose 15 minutes later because of the connection through Burbank versus the direct.
Yeah.
Sorry, we bored you all. Anyways, how you doing, Remy?
Traveling in the southern western United States.
That's right.
Yeah.
People are
I thought we were
like,
talking about
that Burbank.
Austin likes
I
it.
thought we were talking about the shops in Vegas.
Yeah,
Austin, I'm glad the growth
Sounded like
folks
we
are
were talking about collecting stripper
highway
cards.
on
in
the
Vegas.
valley.
I'm getting my geography
Go
lesson
down
in, so
to
I'm happy.
Arizona.
I'll tell you, I'm super happy. I got notification today of a shipment from CGC, and it's a sketch cover that I had sent in, and I love that CGC now posts the pictures of the things now. So look at that.
Banger.
Nice.
Wow. So that's
and you already know what's the grade. Nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it ships. So they take an image, they post the image, they post everything right to the website, to the site that you can see. And so Randy Everlin, nice little Craven the Hunter.
How does a sketch cover getting sent in work? Because I have that Spawn one that I would love to get sent in. Is there any difference?
Well, this was a blank that
Okay.
I sent in because there was an artist in-house signing event where there was a sketch opportunity.
So how does just getting a sketch work? Like
You just like have you ever sent a book in for a signing at CGC?
No.
Okay. So when you go to the CGC website, if there was a signing event, you would fill out the stuff just like submitting normal books, only you would select from a signing event and you would select from a drop down. Some of the artists may be doing sketch covers and remarks and stuff, and they'll have their prices posted, but you just select that and then you send them the blank for them to do.
What about a sketch like this? My Spawn sketch I got at Heroes Con.
If it's already done, no, you can't. CGC will get a green label.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't wasn't witnessed. So
Okay.
for
But
that,
that's CBCS.
For that you want to send it to CBCS, and you can get the signature verified.
Well,
I just sent off 7 books yesterday to CBCS, and sent them off, and I just get them done in art labels. So
it depends. I've and correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. Because I had a friend who does sketches and is registered with CGC, do it, and she said that if later on I wanted it slabbed, I just send it to her, and she can send it directly to them.
That
and
is
get
true.
It done.
Yeah.
So if you're close with the person, if you know them well enough that they can.
I did that with Soul Twice, actually. So Soul Twice, the very first sketch cover he ever did, I own. And once he finally got up and done with CGC, I sent it to him. He sent it in and got it done. So I have, if I ever decide to get rid of it, I have to A-OK it to him just because it's his first sketch cover he's ever done. And it was his first CGC book submission, actually, also. So it's kind of like a, hey.
So this was from California Blend, and Gabby's really great, and she does great stuff. And I was not ready to get it slabbed then, but she's like, if you ever want it, it's this much money, and you pay the shipping or whatever, and I'll send it in for you. So
yeah, because they have a form. A lot of the artists have a form that they fill out, and then they give it to whoever wants to send it. So they don't
as
have
long
to
as
be
they're
the one that
registered
sent
with
it.
CGC though,
right? Because then they're verifying
that
that they did it type thing.
Yeah,
exactly. The CBCS ones, you can send them in. You can send them like for yours, Durs. If you send it to CBCS, you're going to have 2 options. One, you can have it graded, or you can have it done as an art.
Okay.
So that they slab it the same. The difference is with the art label, it's less money because they're not grading it,
right?
And you don't give a crap about the grade. That's how I see it, because it's a unique piece of art. When you take a regular book, you're getting a grade to make it something special. When you're sending a piece of art and it's already something special, I don't want a grade like a 9.0 or an 8.5 hitting that book and having people think less of it when it's about the art itself. So I send them in, I get art labels, and then you can get the pay for just a second, Remy. You get the you get the VSP, the signature verified. They don't verify the art; they just verify the signature, and then you can have the yellow label, verified signature, with sketch on cover, etc. Remy.
I have to step out for a second and pick up the missus, and I'm going to grab some Taco Bell. So I'll be
yes.
Good for you, Remy. Good for you.
A whole bunch of new items just came back. Check them out.
Whatever you do, don't get the chalupa.
Okay.
Since I'm such a noob, like I know little to none when it comes to like grading process and stuff. Explain how does this work? So this is the double signed Tom DeFalco and Michelin for. So
you would send that in the CBCS. Okay. You would from when as you're filling it out, you get to the point where it says signatures, and you would select verified signature as opposed to authentic, because authentic is witnessed and you're a witness, but you're not. So VSP is their verified signature. You select the first one, enter in the name of the artist, and then it asks you, do you want us to slab it? Even if we can't verify the signature or not, you make your decision, and then you go add second signature and you enter in the name. Now it gets expensive. It's $30 for the first signature and like $25 for each additional signature. Now there is a promo running right now that is 20% off the verified signature, which is why I sent my 7 books. Of course, I did that, and then I just got another raw commission that just came back yesterday. But the so you can save 20% off, but you have to have it like filled out. I think you have to submit your form by like the end of the day today or tomorrow, and then the books have to be in at CBCS by October 6th. So if you're going to have it pressed by an outside presser, you don't have time. Right. But in the case of like the art commissions, where I don't care because
they don't have to grade a thing to like attach like pictures or extra informations to tell them it's verified. Like, hey, this is the picture.
They don't care about any of that stuff because it's only either it's witnessed or it gets verified through their verification process. Yeah. Pictures, COAs, those things don't mean anything because
Anybody can print anything using any system.
Hey,
It
my
doesn't-
COAs are perfect. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I've got this.
A little off-centered.
I've got this book with a Jack Kirby signature that I'm hesitant to send in just because his wife signed a bunch for him at different points, and you just for me, my thought is I'm fine with it as it is now.
You don't want to know.
I don't know that I want it. It looks authentic, but it has two elements that make me question it. One is it's on the cover, which Kirby didn't often. He did, but didn't often write on the cover. And then the other is that it's with a ballpoint pen, and he didn't often use a ballpoint pen. So I'm concerned about it, but I don't know.
You can always crack it afterwards, take it right back out.
I mean, truly.
Yeah. And what if she signed it? What they gonna tell you?
They're
Signed
just going
by
to say
Kirby's
that it's
wife?
not Jack Kirby's signature.
Yeah.
They're just going to say they don't know whose it is, but it's not Jack.
Actually, you could even, if you sent it in for signature verification, you could check the box that says "Do not slab" if you cannot verify. Then it wouldn't even get encapsulated. They just send it back to you.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do.
Here, Spidey, make me for just a second.
You still get that hit with that full charge, no matter what.
Oh yeah, they're doing the work. They're
You gotta
verifying.
ship it, and
they
they
gotta
gotta ship it back.
Yeah.
There you go. Nothing says authentic like that. It even says this lists the issue number. It's signed in my presence. There you go. Who signed it? When they signed it? Where they signed it? Sealed. Come on. That's how you do it, baby. But it still means nothing.
All that, right? Well, I don't want
Two prints signed by him. But all right, dudes, my phone's gonna die. I'm gonna hop out of here. Go hang out.
Bye, Durs.
All right, Durs.
Beautiful night. Love you guys to death.
Thanks for joining, mate.
Of course, bro. Thanks for not roasting me tonight, boys. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
you didn't give me time. I just got back.
I know. I know. And I made sure I tiptoed her out of this time. So I had
You're all good, brother.
And no CJ here either.
Smart, man. Did
You
you
guys
talk
love
about Ahsoka at all while you were here?
Nope.
fire.
I can't believe you didn't.
See you
talk
whatnot.
Hey, John, are you watching Ahsoka?
No, I haven't started it yet.
You're not, are you a big Star Wars guy? Just had it to preface.
So that it's tricky. Like I certainly was as a young guy, and then I've waxed and waned with my interest in it, and I feel like some of the drama around the culture of Star Wars has turned me off to it a little. And I've never gotten into the animated stuff, and every time I try, it's just I struggle with it. Like I do not enjoy the animated stuff.
It's dated.
Like, it's been
what Izzy just said is far from the truth. It's just it is what it is. It's
dated. It's dated animation. I'm not saying that it's
No.
bad.
I mean, it's dated in a lot of ways because I think I'm massively frustrated by the costume that Ahsoka wears. Explain to me why only the female Jedi has to dress like a tramp. Like I don't get everybody else wears robes, but she dresses like a hooker. Like what's that all about?
Just to throw this out there, for one, she's not a Jedi. Like that's just you wouldn't know that.
I mean, that's a fine line to walk there,
Yeah,
right? Like all the other Jedi wear full robes. Why is she in the midriff shirt?
I didn't know she was.
Because sex sells, John.
Watch the first few episodes with her. She is legit in a midriff shirt.
and she's 13. So
are you talking about Ahsoka or the
actual animated show? Her first,
okay.
like the animated version, the first few appearances.
Yeah, believe it. I wouldn't expect a younger female to want to dress scandalous. That just never happens. But
I think that's not really the logic point we want to dive into on that one. So for me, like I struggled to watch it, and I'm a comic completionist guy. I don't want to like skip episodes, and people are like, oh, third season is when it gets good. I'm like, I got to watch 40 episodes of the show before it gets good.
Clone Wars or Rebels?
He's talking
the
about
original Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So I have trouble when people are like, no, skip it and go to Rebels. It's like
no, you have to watch
skip.
Just skip the first two seasons. Just do yourself a favor.
So do you have to watch the movie too?
But as a comic completionist, I want to go in order. I don't want to skip stuff.
No,
but I'm hating what I'm watching.
I understand that, and the Clone Wars television show to watch. It is difficult because they didn't it was new. You know what I mean? They didn't have like this following. They didn't have this groove that built this huge fan base, and they don't find that groove for a while. It is kind of like watching the I don't know if you remember the Roughneck Chronicles. It was the Starship Troopers CG animation show.
No, I never
it was
watched it.
Fantastic, but it's the same story. Like the show didn't find itself until a little ways into it. And once it does, by then you're absolutely into it. You know, like with any new TV show, it takes a little time to get into the characters. And
I've heard that from the beginning.
It is.
I struggle to like skip ahead 3 seasons and just
now if you are okay with just kind of dipping your toes and see like, let me see if this is something I want to attempt. They have a fantastic playlist set up on Disney Plus where it's like specific episodes pulled for the context of watching Ahsoka.
And I found a few Reddits that kind of broke down like if these are key issues, you know, for this character, you know, you don't want to know this character, that. I don't want to watch Ahsoka because I don't know who Sabine Wren is. I don't know any of these characters. I feel like
all Rebels.
I feel like it's going to rob some of the joy from it for me.
I did not watch Rebels, and I'm fine, John.
Rebels does not suffer from the same issues that Clone Wars does whatsoever.
Yeah,
Rebels, I just started watching Rebels, and everyone's like, "Oh, it gets good at season 3." The same thing, like it gets great at 3. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Rebels is good from episode 1. Like, period. I don't care what nobody says. Episode 1 forward, you're like, yo, this is solid. But when you get to season 2, you can see where there's a budget increase. You can tell. And one thing they do great is their designs. They age with the show, which is fantastic. Nice. And you'll find out by episode 5 of season 2, your hands are in the air. You're like, okay, this works. And it's in the formula that Filoni was smart. Like it's literally a New Hope formula. You got the Han shoe in, you have the Chewie shoe in, you have the young person coming in, learning that he has these abilities and being trained by, like, yo, they took the formula that we love. They took what's great about Star Wars and they gave it to us. It's just great.
And now, on the TV side, I've always been harsh on the live action stuff. Like I didn't even like Mando. Like I watched the first season of Mando, I thought was boring and full of filler. Like I just have never really loved it. Like I'll watch a certain scene or a certain moment
here, and now
I know.
Oh my God, John!
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Yo, Mando picks up after season 2. After season 3, whoa, does it pick up?
Someone get rid of Izzy and his black screen. Jesus Christ.
Well, and it gets worse because I'm going to say the one that everybody told me, like, no, skip to this show and watch Andor. You'll love it. I finished Andor and did not. I thought it was boring.
Nobody with common sense liked Andor except for
I did not like Andor. I thought it
was
Andor. Liked Andor. He's the
Rob, did you enjoy Andor? I'm with you.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I liked Andor.
Yeah,
you know, which was the best
without going into a long spiel, Rob loves the boring aspects of Star Wars for many. I'm not saying they are boring, but the aspects that a lot of people dislike, Rob is
political intrigue and maneuvering.
If C-SPAN did Star Wars, Rob would be in heaven.
I can appreciate like
you gotta watch the Lego
what I'll label as the X-Men Quiet Council moments. Like I can appreciate that stuff. The problem I had with Andor was every single time they jumped to those big meetings, it felt like The Office. And I was waiting for someone to do like a Jim Halpert look to the camera, like, wow, he just said that to the boss. Like it felt like a comedy without the laugh track.
For me, I loved everything with Mon. She is just great. And we actually get to know her character. Like this show did that for her, and it did a million other things. But I'm like super in love with her because
was she from something else before, or is this the?
No, she's the new actress to play her.
Okay, but it's the character from like the original trilogy.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, which I was like, I recognize what she looks like, but I never knew anything about her. You know, I don't know. This is basically our chance to know who she is, right?
It really is, and now I love the actress, and I love the development of the character. Right. So like seeing her in Ahsoka, like is actually genuinely.
Oh, she's in that show now too.
Okay.
Yeah, so did it. Yeah.
So all the events of the Filoniverse, are coming to a head, and I guess for a major motion picture or Heir to the Empire or whatever it is, they're gonna finalize. Well, the thing is, a lot of this is they've said we're gonna do X, right? But people have taken X and started filling it with speculation. So I refuse to get I refuse to let my bar get too high.
They're going to do a move. Everything comes together into a movie that is Heir to the Empire, but it is not necessarily
Heir to the Empire.
A novel adaptation of the novels.
We're
Those are great. Those are great books. I remember reading those in junior high.
It's gonna borrow elements from it, but but
It's
obviously
gonna MCU it.
You know it's not following it direct because we didn't have Mando, we didn't have freaking Ahsoka, we didn't have any of these people. It was all about Luke, and Luke
this is the live action version of Heir to the Empire. We're already waist deep into it. This is just what it looks like with them pulling inspiration from the legacy story. They're it's not an adaptation.
So
it's their version of
then I guess my question is for those of you that are way more into it than me, and I'm not up to your level yet.
You're above not getting into this shit.
You don't have to worry about getting to their level, man. Seriously.
Is there a danger that they're nearing that precipice that MCU has hit, where it's like, hey, the new movie comes out, you only have to watch 35 movies and
they've already done
seasons
that.
of shows and 200 minutes, and then you'll actually enjoy the new movie that's coming out.
They're past that point, and it shows in their ratings and their viewership. The people that are here are who you got, and you're going to do nothing from here on forward but run more people off. So manage your budgets.
Yeah, Star Wars did that a while ago when they, basically anything after the first 6 movies, everything that they've done is they started going, where you have to do your homework to know what's watching. They did that with the Disney movies, because if you just go to a Rise of the the Force Awakens, right? Between the Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi, right? You're like, okay, why is it that the New Republic is over here? Why is Leia not with them? She's over here. Why does she have her own private military? Why does where did these troops come from? The First Order, where all this stuff.
But all the TV shows are based within that area.
But all that stuff comes from books, and so you had to read books, the novels, some of the novels that were released ahead of time or after the fact. Or now they're going back and doing TV shows to try to fill in some of these things, try to make up for those gaps. So once you consume it all makes more sense.
Sure.
But the problem is it's all non-linear, and you're being presented it is like the biggest Pulp Fiction movie, and you have to assemble everything yourself make the timeline yourself.
And I think that's my frustration. Is I've as somebody who grew up with this fandom and was really into it, I feel more and more on the outside of it.
If you didn't keep up with it,
get in.
My parents.
I'll respectfully disagree for a good reason with Rob here, because in that second movie, he said that there's all this book filler that explains it. The movie itself explains it poorly. They explain it in The Force Awakens why Leia is over here and not with them, and her and Han even have a conversation about why they don't do their thing there. But they do it poorly, and that was the problem. And
it's a passing line.
That brand did not lose the fandom over it's too convoluted. That brand lost the fandom because they didn't respect the properties. And that's shown in the show out of people that participated, that came and gave it a shot, that were disappointed and came back and gave it a shot, and were disappointed that came back and gave. And no amount of extended universe bookkeeping to try to tie up and explain why you fucked up. They fucked up on the front end. The books are damage control.
This is true. You get, as something goes on longer and longer, people will start to fall away from it. It becomes insular. They don't go in. But as you go along with something like this, and this happened in the MCU, it's happening with Star Wars and else, that as you continue to go along and become more reliant on other pieces of information, people being up to speed to get the maximum out of things, it becomes difficult to get on new people to replace those that drop off. And so you will get some, but you don't get as many. And so what it becomes is you become a franchise that has less and less people that are on it for the long haul. But the people but in the case of Star Wars, where now they've started to steer a little bit more into the fan service, at least in some of this stuff, is at least they're doing something to try to preserve. Okay, we understand that we have a lot of hardcore nerds here. Let's try to preserve some of this, because
can't. Isn't it odd how they lost? Even though they're doing this, you're talking about taking something that's beloved by everyone and excluding it down to a core fan base. You got to be honest. Nobody would love that more than hardcore Star Wars fan bases, because it's always been their thing, my thing, your thing, the Star Wars fans things to get in on this stuff. And debate this, and I know the name of the planet Chewbacca was born on, and it was never mentioned in the movie. I'm an insider for this fandom. That's always been a thing, but yet here we are.
Well,
in that
Sheik was mentioned
era
in
where
the
you
Christmas
have
special.
to, where you have to do all that, where you have to be that devoted to it, yet you don't have any of those fans participating in that devotion now.
Which is it's the modern comic book challenge as well, right? Trying to jump in on X-Men, a series. X-Men. I tried Justice League Society. It's very difficult when you don't have that foundational element to keep you invested and make you understand. You feel like you're falling behind.
I'll dive in. I'll dive in from where John is. I haven't seen any of the Clone Wars cartoons. I haven't seen Rebels. I haven't seen Andor. I haven't seen any of that sort of stuff. I've watched Mando. I've watched Boba Fett. I'm enjoying Ahsoka immensely. I like the premise of the character, even though I know nothing.
Yeah, there's enough context built into it. You don't have to have it.
I'm enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah, the best way to describe Ahsoka is like a comic event. Do I need the tie-ins? No. Are they going to ruin the event? No. Are they going to elevate it if I read them? Yes. It's just
and that's why I'm hesitant to start it, because part of me wants to have all of that juice. I don't want to have like the dramatic moment of the Sabine Wren walks in and I'm like, I don't know who the heck that is. It doesn't mean anything to me.
But maybe, John, you watch this, that you decide, yes, I do like this. I want to go get that.
Which is that's what JP Budget Collecting keeps telling me.
And then you say, wow, because then you can even go back and rewatch it a second time and go like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, you got a show like Ahsoka that if you watch Rebels, it's going to reward you, right? But you don't need to, like, I didn't watch Rebels. I know exactly what's going on. And if I get confused or something, I'll just watch the Nerdist video that comes afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be like a spoiler video.
See, that sounds like my brother trying to pitch me on playing fantasy football. Like, oh, you don't need to watch the games. You don't need to know who these players are. You just gotta watch a few post game stuff.
But
I think it's really just simple that Disney bit off more than they can chew. Like, and the same thing happened with the MCU. When they got past like the core characters that were created by the legends in the industry. They got past them and they don't know what to do now. They don't know how to make these characters resonate. They don't know how to like spark that feeling that superheroes are supposed to give people. And with Star Wars, there's a reason why the name George Lucas is known worldwide. There's a reason why the name Stan Lee is known worldwide. And we are past these legendary creators' legacy onto a corporation. Corporations have no soul. They're an entity built to make money for a boardroom of rich people that are trying to apply scientific business practices into creating passion projects, and you cannot do it. And when they looked at like, well, what did Clone Wars do? People love it. Well, it added context in between the movies that the diehard fans loved. Well, I got to break it to you. Those movies were great on their own for fans. Like, there's division in it, there's debate in it, but all in all, people accepted them, the good and bad of them. They're like, well, that's what it is. That's George's vision. That's what it is. And you don't have that now. They're like, we messed this movie up.
I remember when I think even Filoni was brought on board and people were saying, as much as he is the heir apparent or whatever, we're still just in the permanent fan fiction era of Star Wars. Everything after George sold it is fan fiction. And as much as you might love certain pieces of it or enjoy certain stories of it, it's never going to be the real deal. It's just fan fiction.
Yeah, and the good thing with Filoni, though, and why his stuff seems to resonate better than most, you know what I mean? Like people like, you don't have to like Rebels, but it's objectively fantastic Star Wars. Whether you consider it fan fiction or not, you can get on board, you can have fun. It feels like they didn't intentionally or accidentally drag the spirit of these properties through the mud. Right. He spent time with Lucas. He talked to Lucas ton, and he's a diehard fan of the property. And Dan DiDio has been getting mentioned a lot today on social media, I noticed. And I actually went and listened to this interview. And I think people who feel strongly one way want to drag him for making a comment without listening to what he said. And he just made a statement about how like businesses are running these corporations and they're going to do what they feel like is beneficial financially for the business. And when they're hiring these creators these days, they know shockingly little about what they're working on for the fans, which is true. And like I brought this point up, the creator of Kamala Khan during this rebirth of Kamala Khan era, they drew that X-Men costume for her that was on the cover. Yeah. When they turned that piece of artwork into the woman who created Kamala Khan, she was shocked. She's like, yo, this looks great. Where'd you get the ideas for this? And this is in an interview that she spoke the words herself. And the artist is like, well, I took inspiration from and named artists from the late 80s and early 90s. And she said that she was blown away that they knew who these people were. How do they know who these people are? Why do you have a job at Marvel if you are shocked that your artists know who previous artists are? And it's showing in the
Rob
work.
Who?
It's showing in the work across all these things, like these huge, long-term, legendary fandoms. Like people aren't passionate.
You mean?
But isn't Dan Didio the guy who shepherded us, Rick Grayson? So like we got to kind of like take everything he says with a book.
Well, also keep in mind what he did. And that's what I did today when like I was looking at this, because like I wanted, like, you know me, I go into conversations armed with some facts. Sure. And I'm talking to people on a subject that they're creating it to be touchy. They're turning it into a right or left argument when I was like, well, how is this even political? Like why is this being turned into political? For one, it wasn't a political conversation or interview he had at all, one bit. And someone quote mined one thing and just ran with it and started posting about it.
Because that's what they always do.
I looked up what he did, and I'm like, yo, because it's easy to clown on him because the 5G era, the debacle.
Yeah, the end of his DC run was such a catastrophe that I think it's easy to like.
You see what he was doing? He was working toward projects which would have elevated the left.
Yeah, I mean, he's also the guy that like just hated Wally West and hated Dick Grayson and decided just to like crap all over their stories and give them horrible arcs. So like
very Frank Miller of him, which is ironic because he's working at Frank Miller's studio now. He's publishing under Frank's imprint, which
I struggled to read DC in his era because I just felt like the characters I loved were getting destroyed by him.
Well, if there's a couple of them, but he has a ridiculously impressive resume.
Yeah,
and for
it was mostly just the end of his run that drove me crazy.
Yeah. But it blows my mind how somebody wouldn't actually take what he says and listen to it. And what he actually said on the topic that was getting discussed was allegory is lost in the art form a lot of times these days, where when you're supposed to be telling a meaningful motivative story on a very hot topic, if you're not doing it in a sense of allegory or metaphor, what are you doing in your industry? And it wasn't just talking about comics. He was basically saying lazy writing sucks, and that's all he was saying. And someone like Dan, who's created progressive characters, he's brought us the Asian OMAC and numerous characters of colors out of his own imagination. It's crazy to think that anybody would just attack him blindly without looking at what he does. I'm like, yo, like it was just wild.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the interview yet. I didn't take the time. I was just frustrated from him from before. And I was glad that this new era was like moving on from where he was. What's up?
Oh, I agree. You know, I'm a DC guy. I was happy to see it.
I think it's had such a great resurgence since he left. I think they've done such a phenomenal job.
And think about it. We're just right now at the actual stride that followed his era, because everything between him leaving and now was all the wrapping up and tying off of that 5G initiative from the Dark Crisis event to Night Terrors, everything. And the Dawn of DC is the first solid step into the post-Didio era. And it's fantastic.
Lady F's here to talk about Lord of the Rings, though.
I hope so.
Nobody else is.
No, she was waiting for the Star Wars to finish, and then when we started talking comics, she's like, now's my chance to get in.
Yeah. I'm here to share my opinions about a franchise I know nothing about, and that is Star Wars. Oh. No, I actually really relate to you guys because of the whole Rings of Power thing, because it's like, this really is not even chronologically accurate. These aren't the characters and how they were written.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Galadriel the warrior.
Right. Like, and it's like these like people are arriving in the wrong age, which basically like ruins the entire impetus for people taking the actions that they did in Middle Earth. So motherfucker, what the fuck? And it's just like, what is this fuckery?
Go back and watch any of the super fan interviews, the press dockets, any of the conversations, if they left them up, because they were steadily deleting them as they were getting ratioed into oblivion on social media platforms. But you'll see what their goal was, because the time era they were doing it in. And when you hear people talk about woke culture ruins things, they're not talking about progressive content. That's been around in the industry forever. They're talking about when you're putting your shoehorned real world message in front of the story you're telling, and that's what these people at Amazon did. Vocally, so they're saying that's what our goal is.
So,
and they didn't have any content to pull from, so that's all that they could lean into. They had no rights to the books, no rights to anything but a few letters to build off of.
So the thing is that like there were a couple of really well-known like Tolkien scholars that have put out their own books that were working as consultants on that, and then the creators, a bunch of dipshits, were like, "No, we don't need you, thanks." Like they're just like, "Okay, well, fuck you, because this is really stupid, anyways." And it's just like, wow, it was terrible. And it's like, no, I don't even know.
But it looked beautiful.
Well, it was pretty, but like
pretty.
You know, I don't mind seeing like I don't give a fuck if there are black elves or you know like I don't give a shit.
Hey, that was a Puerto Rican elf. His name was.
That's right. He was Puerto Rican. Let's not forget.
Like,
yeah, let's not go.
I was thinking, oh, so I meant dwarves. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is staying true to the story, and that was not true at all. It's like, what is this? Anyway,
yeah. That's I think people get hung up on, and it blows my mind how these corporations attack the fans when you're like, yo, this show was crap, and they're like, oh, it's because you're a racist. Oh, it's because no, it's because you literally just shit on my fandom.
No, I will say, like, Tolkien was a product of his time, and you can just like think of that how you want to and interpret it how you want to. But I'm not here for fucking culture wars, bro. I'm here to enjoy Middle Earth. So fuck off, and let's get some fucking Mount Doom conquered.
Hence the importance of allegory. John, did you read Wonder Woman issue 1 that just
the
came
new
out?
issue of by Tom
TK? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I liked it.
Now that is how you do allegory in comics, because you can easily read that and be like, yo, look at what's happening today and how this can relate to it, and look how powerful some of this messaging is, and look how that wasn't in the story. But I can just easily, my mind goes to it. Like that's the power of allegory from a good writer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's.
It's just like, don't co-opt a title and make your own shit and expect and advertise it as being the title, because that's a false advertising. That's what I feel like. It was $500 million of false advertising is what I watched. And I wanted
probably more than that.
I think it was more.
I did reviews on every episode.
A lot.
And like I wanted it to be good, just like you were saying, like the Star Wars, you want this shit because you care so much. You want it to be good. I was rooting for it to be good. And by the time I was at the last episode, I was like, I feel like I just got kicked in the butts and I or the balls, and I don't even have balls.
If you guys haven't seen her reaction video to the final episode, it's one of the best live streams. It's fucking amazing.
I was very let down.
I loved it, and I was like commenting all the way through the rewatch, like the rewind, like every few minutes.
Anyways,
so all right, my people, time to go. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, Izzy.
Thanks for joining, Izzy.
I didn't even see you there, Izzy.
Take care,
buddy.
I don't think he's here. I don't know.
You're a black screen to us.
Prepare for the next
online
culture war to happen with the Marvels. I guarantee you that's going to be an online shit show when that drops.
I mean,
I dare someone not to like that movie and watch what happens to you.
I mean, I like the 3 properties it's going to be based on, and I like the trailer. So I mean, I'm not like crapping on any of that.
I said feel free to like it, but if you dislike it, I watch what happens to you. I promise you, they're already going to have a list of names to call you ahead of time if you don't like it. And they're waiting to roll it out.
Turd.
You're a racist. You're a sexist. You're a misogynist. Like you will see it happening because it happens every time.
There are definitely racists and misogynists that shit on these movies in very dramatic fashion.
100%. And like, there's no way in hell that you'd ever convince me that they outweigh just the basic number of people that might dislike something for its quality. When if you look, the director of this movie has never directed a big budget film in her life. On top of that, she said, we're going to do something different and brand new with this movie and make it campy and comedic and fun, which has been the actual issue that everyone's had with the MCU for the past 4 years. So they're completely out of touch. I bet you they don't know jack shit about the characters. And I bet you there's I don't know. I think There's
I
no
am
reason in hell.
loving Lady Fantastic's Gilda Radner.
Thank you.
That's so great.
Thank you.
So
All
great.
right. Much love. I love Gilda Radner. She was the shit. Anyway, nah, rest in peace.
Wow.
But yeah, I kind of agree with Mark in the sense that, you know, it can't all be a formulaic, like funny thing, because the content like is more than just that. And like you're kind of reducing titles that people really care about, and it's like they're not silly, they're important to us, and they're moving. However, I'm going to say this as well. I haven't seen the final product. I don't necessarily want to see it fail, just like I didn't want to see Rings of Power fail, but we'll just have to see. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There comes a time when you like participate to a certain level in any product and any fandom, like whether it be a movie, a comic, a show, whatever, that you might have a little bit of foresight. You know, like there's patterns to this shit. You see the things that repeat themselves over time. When you watch a trailer and
It's
you
like comics are.
yeah, like it's like you can look at certain directors and know exactly what tone, style, whatever to expect from a film.
It's formulaic.
Granted, there's plenty of haters and online trolls. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about people that are honestly critiquing something, which there's more of those than just haters out there. There really are more common sense people than people who sit behind just being thumb warriors alone in their mama's basement. That's just a misnomer.
Yeah.
But people that look at something, in my case, like I've been a comic head, a movie head my entire life. My first job was at my LCS. I ran Movie Stop for 5 years before like movies went out of style. Like I've just always been into it. When I look at the trailer for the Marvels, knowing how the MCU looks today, knowing when it was made and seeing just the nature of entertainment across the board and what kind of is in right now, what is it? What's kind of popular? What kind of content are you seeing? What can you expect? And I see them goofing off. I see the cats that were a big joke that people didn't like from the first Captain Marvel movie running downstairs. When I see a Bollywood dance routine happening, I'm like, dude, I already know what this movie's going to be.
Can I make a comparison? Because for me, it's no different than the trailers I saw for Black Adam that told me exactly what I was going to get, and I didn't like that freaking movie. I thought it was crap.
Exactly.
So, like, for me, it's no different. Like, being able to look at that trailer, and then the movie I got was the movie I saw in that trailer, and I
100%.
thought I wasn't going to like it, but I hoped it was going to be better than that, and it wasn't.
No, it wasn't for you. That's it. That's exactly spot on. But I guarantee you the difference that you'll see is probably the overall reaction, because while not a lot of people saw Black Adam, that might just be a taste thing. But right now, I'm not.
Well, it's all taste, right? Because any opinion is
for sure. I'll give you it's all taste, but I'm referring to the taste of a general audience more than just myself. What I'm talking about. Well, like also, I grant you it's all taste, but like check those audience scores after the fact. You know what I mean? Look how the greater populace. Look how the greater fandom that matters in this stuff, or if this succeeds, expect to see more content like this. If it doesn't succeed, in the due time, they're going to have to shift away from it because they're chasing money. You know, Black Adam shockingly had a huge audience positivity reception, not online people just dunking on it because not a lot of people saw it, but it was scored ridiculously high by viewers. Not everyone's taste. Quality was not what it could have been or needed to be for DC at all. But a ton of people they're there for it. They got what they were looking for. And even me, like I recognize why people dislike it, but I thought it was a blast. Like I had
a great. I was sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting, and you finally said it, and I can't even believe it because your opening had me going like, I'm the only motherfucker here that liked that movie.
No,
and you finally got there.
No, I knew Mark really loved it. I knew Mark really loved it.
I had a panel of people that loved it reviewing that show. I was hard pressed to find someone to come on my panel to balance it a little bit. And the comic vet, like he was able to do that for me. You know, like if it's DC, he's just going to say Spider-Verse was better and then find ways to compare it to Spider-Verse for whatever reason. But it worked. But I thought Black Adam was great. It looked like it was a rushed editing kind of thing. But I love the JSA. Like I was
thrilled to see them.
Hawkman stole that movie. You know the race swap Hawkman character that they got his complete character true to the actual comic book, who everyone loved. You didn't see one racist on the internet saying, "Oh, the Hawkman's white." No, they're like, "Yo, Aldous Hodge is Hawkman now." Like that was amazing.
He was great. I love the girl who played Cyclone, by the way.
Yeah, hell yeah, she was fantastic.
She and those frame stops on her when she was like coming in.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. I really like the movie. I mean, like, I know somewhere on my Instagram it's me sitting in the parking lot being like, I really like this. Look at that. Beautiful.
Let's go.
No, I can see that it certainly was visually. For me, like, the characters were flat, the action was boring. Like, I just really, compared to something like, I like The Flash a whole lot more. Mark and I talked a ton about how I took the family to and really enjoyed The Flash, but like Black Adam, I just was like, I struggled to even finish that movie.
I weirdly didn't hate The Flash, but I divorced myself from it.
You have to
in the
because
first
what's his
act.
face.
Right? Because I was like, I can't hear. So but ultimately, I was like, as a movie that entertained me, yes. As a Flash film, no. As a comic book adaptation,
I thought they did good. My whole thing with the Flash is like, I think because I'm so dialed in to like the industry that I follow it and listen to it, I had a little bit of like decent context to it. As I started watching it, like what I've already told myself kind of kicked in. I'm like, okay. 4 years ago, I was on a live stream doing the DC fandom thing where they first trailered this movie 4 years ago.
Monkey.
And so the movie was written 2 years before that. It was written for a different, like all that came into play. And I'm like,
sure.
Like, yo, this is
ultimately it was just
adaptation of
I went in, my girls and I went in with just completely open minds and had a good time. Like, we were entertained. We could put the Ezra stuff aside and just kind of be like, as an entertainment, we had fun.
What really I hate what my biggest takeaway that I hate is that Ezra Miller did a great job playing two characters.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, Ezra Miller, please get all the rehab you need.
Because I legitimately hate him in every other movie playing that character. Like, I can't stand BVS. I can't stand Justice League. He is horrible as that character and everything else. But then he like halfway redeemed it.
He was pretty good in Suicide Squad. He delivered his one line, okay. No, I enjoyed the Ezra Miller take on Flash, and we talked about this around Snyder Cut. I'm like, if they're smart, if they have any common sense, they have the entire ceiling above them to grow this character into Barry Allen, and they will not hesitate to do it. And they did hesitate, and it took away from it. But we got him at the end of the movie, which we'll never get to see what it looks like because they waited. You should have brought him into this movie aged up into like a proper Barry Allen role and not the quirky, goofy guy. Though the scene in the police station when he attempted to run fast through the lobby killed me. Was hilarious. It was just squeak, 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 squeak.
Yep.
That scene I actually laughed my ass off to.
I'm glad that they got the running down for this movie too. Like the running movement, which was so awkward in the other films.
I'll be honest with you. That's one thing that I thought, like, see, I'm just such an oddball of this. I absolutely love the idea of him like gliding through the Speed Force.
It's almost like the speed skating, right?
Yeah, the way like his arms come out and he throws his arms forward and the lightning comes. Like, this dude is not simply running fast. He's accessing an
I disagree with that statement, Scott. He's been consistent.
But is that consistently bad or consistently good?
He said on screen, not necessarily in real life.
I think I think it's horribly inconsistent because I felt like in BVS or he wasn't really in that one, but like in Justice League, I thought he was horrible. Like, I thought he was the worst performer, worst cast, just absolutely misused, and I wanted them to recast him, fire that guy. He is
context. Awful. Are you talking Justice League or
both?
Snyder Cut?
Both.
Because I think in Snyder
it was no different. Throw the hot dogs in; it's not any better. Like, it doesn't get better in the other version.
That's straight up call back to his first appearance.
It was bad. It was stupid. It didn't work. Every moment that he's in, I felt like this is not Barry Allen. I don't know who he is, but it's not Barry Allen.
Even the end when the mother box is linked and exploded, he just put his hand out. And that whole scene talking to his dad, running like on the edge of existence, was just, like
he was my least favorite part of that movie.
One of my favorite moments in any superhero movie.
And that movie, and it still had what's his name's Lex Luthor in it, and he was still the worst part.
I don't usually buy slabs, but I got this one from Barbarian Kung Fu for like a steal of a deal.
Ooh.
Mark's favorite character.
I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait till December to pick that up for $3.
I got this for 40. So
what's up, Travis?
Hey, Trav.
I didn't even know they made that in a 7.0.
Just crack it open. That's all you got the book.
That's what I would do.
yeah, I might. I just I'm really glad I was able to get this for. I mean, I like Kamala Khan. I mean, can't help.
I think she's a great character.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with her at all. I have a problem with the way that a lot of these characters are handled on the big screen these days.
Mark, I was curious what your thoughts were on the new Flash issue one, because I didn't care for that one a whole bunch.
Didn't care for it. It was wordy without saying anything. And before anyone says anything, I'm a Tom King stan. I have no problem sitting in a comic book for 30 minutes. I prefer it.
Yeah.
But Cy Spurrier did not say anything in this.
He didn't do it. No. And I've been enjoying a lot of his stuff lately, but this was not it. It was way too wordy. Way too many narrators, way too many plot strands, way too many things in one issue.
I said he is not the guy for Flash. He's the guy for Suicide Squad. He's the guy
for good. He'd be good for that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not
give him a Booster Gold. I think he'd do a great Booster Gold.
I don't know. It'd be a dark tale. Like he's good.
No, he's funny. He's got a sense of humor. He's funny.
Yeah, but it always comes with like a dark side though, right?
Are you talking about Ezra Miller?
It kind of felt like too, like it's that natural, like he has such a different vision from where he wants his run to be than what Jeremy Adams did, and it felt like all he was doing was like plot hitting Jeremy Adams and shifting. Like let's hit this topic that was part of Jeremy's and let's shift it.
Sure.
Oh, Wanda and Lyndon Wally are great. Let's hit Lyndon Wally and let's shift it to they're not great, they're bad. I'm like, no, let's not do that. But I do like the idea that the creature from beyond the Speed Force and exploring how far the Speed Force can go into new territory, and the John Carpenter style.
I like the Wally and his family stuff. I just don't think I think there was too much crammed into one issue. It felt editorial like push. Did you read the
we have
John
Zod
Stewart?
invading, we have a creature coming, we have the blue streak, we have the Linda, we have
it was too much.
What is happening?
Too much. Yeah. Did you read the John Stewart Green Lantern? I thought that was fantastic.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was fantastic.
Beautiful.
Except I do not like that. I think they're keeping the part of him killing his little sister because he didn't know he was in the backseat of the car. That's like story is 20, 30
You want
years
that
old.
to be retcon? You want him to retcon?
I don't like that.
That's what Philip Kennedy Johnson's doing, though. He's addressing that. That happened. So, like, we have this is what I think is going to be so beautiful about it, because Philip Kennedy Johnson is military. He's in the honor band and everything or whatever. So the fact that he's taking that aspect of John as well, and he's looking at like, okay, like if this happened to this character, how would that affect him? I know how I might feel. You don't let that go. And that's what he's doing. He's not letting it go. John Stewart is very, very damaged. He's living a recluse life with a construct of his dead sister. That has to be addressed.
Yeah,
that's
he's almost a new type of Green Lantern, anyways, because he's fully absorbed that ring power, and he's his own battery and ring all in one. I mean, that's got to be impacting him as well. I think that's an interesting evolution for that character, and I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Airport
aggressive, relaxing, fantastic.
Yeah, I think Philip Kennedy Johnson is like completely proven himself to be like can't miss writer.
Time and again.
I've been saying it since he saved.
No, don't put that out there, because as soon as we start putting that out there, the failures are coming to get us.
I don't expect it from him.
I do think what'll happen is he'll get overworked and then quit and then go and make indies and be successful.
I think that's what everyone's little model is these days.
He's killing it on Action Comics. He's killed it with this War Journal. He's killing it on Incredible Hulk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk is solid.
Yep.
Except that issue 3 didn't have Nick Klein interiors. I'm like, yo, you just robbed me, bro.
I hate when they rush a new run and then they don't give them at least the chance to get a first arc with one writer.
2 and 3 didn't even come out a month apart. They were like 2 weeks apart or something.
It was badly rushed.
So I think that must mean they're like trying to push one to continuity line up with something else.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't know. It was lame, very lame of them. Or maybe Nick had other stuff he had to do.
All right, I'm going to bounce because I literally have no input on this. But
you should need more comics. That's
but neither does Simon. Simon's the quietest person on his own stream. He just sort of sits there the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
You're talking DC. I'm just like gone.
Yeah,
But I enjoy listening though because I know how passionate Mark gets about it.
I appreciate y'all letting me ramble about DC.
I just feel like
I love
Anyone
hearing
read
Mark
this,
ramble.
by the way?
What do you got? I can't see it. The glare.
Fire and Ice.
Oh, I skipped that. I don't read garbage.
You are vicious. And it's a Terry Dodson cover. How
Remember that whole rant I went on about being able to look at something and knowing what it is without reading it?
So I'm guessing you hated Justice League International.
Tell him, John.
He didn't even pick that up.
There you go. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've got Justice League. I'll send you a selfie in just a little bit, Cliff. You'll appreciate it. But yeah, no, I like Justice League International. I love Tom King's Human Target that dove into it.
Oh, that was so. I loved how that wrapped. That was really good.
Oh, dude, he committed.
Yeah,
he committed to a story. Like they leave this man alone. When you leave creators alone, let them tell their story. If you don't like it, make the next writer deal with it.
Also, I don't think they were keeping a hard eye on him because it was Human Target, right? Like you know damn well your series has a shot of success, but at DC, if it's something a little bit obscure, you have a shot to break barriers.
I think that's the Tom King recipe, right?
Man.
The Tom King recipe is like, give me that character that nobody else is really talking. Give me Mr. Miracle and let me do this thing. Give me Supergirl. Nobody's talking about her, and let me do this thing.
Black Orchid.
He gets that freedom.
That's
Black Orchid.
Black Orchid. Let's get it. Tom King.
Oh my God! Do you want her to have like her complete superpowers from back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Do you want the Orchid outfit? Because I actually
I want the campy, like old school Black Orchid.
Yeah, I want her flying. I want heat vision.
I just want Greg Smallwood to get another book because Greg Smallwood can write his own check for me. Like he is absolute. He made Human Target for me
because that what like his art is gorgeous, but it was really like one of those creative duo things. Like for me, whenever I see the name Jeff Johns on a title, why isn't Gary Frank with him? Why isn't Gary Frank with him? Like he need like that. When you mix that writing style with that art style, that's you've created that.
I think it's more Greg Smallwood just needs to have a subject that fits that sort of retro look. So you give him a like an Adventures of Superman. He would do a killer version of Metropolis and the newsroom and a throwback look to it that would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
You give him Batgirl, and I'm like, I don't know that that's a fit. It would be the subject matter that would really create a style for him.
All right, dudes, I'm out. Y'all have a good one. Take care.
Bye, lady. Fantastic.
Bye, lady.
Hey, Caroline.
Yeah, in all sincerity, Cliff, like with so many books,
I kept forgetting Rob.
With so many books coming out these days, stuff like Fire and Ice, I'm not picking that.
Another one.
It's not serving the greater continuity story. This is just going to be like a little, like one for the girls kind of thing. Which is
the greater continuity has failed me so many times that I just need to have a good ride, and that could be Human Target, and that could be Fire and Ice.
Yeah,
and then I can have my heart broken at any time with everybody else.
Dude, like if for all those that don't know, Tom King wrote one of the best Superman stories of the past decade, and it was like a Walmart book, one of those like Walmart specials. It's called Superman Up in the Sky. 6 issues of rip your heart out of your chest. Some of the best Superman writing, and Andy Kubert did the art. Like I dare anyone to read issue 1 and not be moved by it. Like this, the whole concept of it is some kids went missing in Metropolis, and Superman has figured out pretty early on that they're not on world, and he immediately is struggling with everything going on. Do I go after them? Do I just reach out to someone else to go after them? So he goes and talks to his dad. And it's that classic scene of them out on the property, leaning on the picket fence, and his dad never telling him what to do. Paul just tells him what he needs to hear. He's like, he's like, do I go after her? Like, what if stuff back home starts hitting the fan? We know this trouble is coming our way. Should I be here for this? But I know she's depending on me. And as Paul just slightly says, she sure is, because we all depend on you. And like just these little hints, like not giving him an answer one way or another. And the dialogue just kind of carries, like, he's like, what if she's up there, and it cuts to her, she's like, just like, not words, like, I know Superman's coming, I know he's coming, and it cuts back, and he's like, son, I know you're going to choose the right thing, because you've never let any of us down. Like, kept like insinuating that she's part of all of us. And then it just cuts to him like walking through the park, families, kids playing everything, and Paul's dialogue still talking to him. And he just looks up in the sky as everyone's running up to see him. He just takes off to go get this little kid. Like, not one single soul is not important enough to risk it all for him. Like, yo, you get this character. You are the man. Like, just thank you. Like, that first issue, like, I was in tears. I'm like, this is insane.
See, and Tom King knows how to build the emotion and earn the sale of it.
It blows my mind that there are Tom King haters out there. Like, and there are, like, oh, he crapped on the character. No, he didn't. People complain about Human Target. Oh, he's just crapping on Guy Gardner. No, he's not. He's taking a known quality. Guy Gardner is known for these traits, and he's insinuating him just a little bit. Yeah. Not even much. Like,
no,
you don't know Guy Gardner.
I mean, it felt very true to Guy. Very true to Guy.
What do you think he's going to do if someone's croaching in on what he feels is his turf? Like, get real. Like,
he's a sensitive guy. He's a sensitive guy deep inside. Hot head.
Yeah, it just blew my mind. Watching the people try to, like, it's funny because, like, this is the whole thing, John, about how, like, crapping on stuff before it comes out, and then when it comes out and it's good, like, how do you save face? Oh, you just pretend like it's still bad and you keep crapping on it. Like,
you got to dig deep in that opinion.
Like, why can't you just call, like, with the Disney stuff? You know, I will baptize Disney any chance I get. But I also say, like, yo, thank you for hitting this one out the park. You know, like, thank you for doing great on this. People think you're just a Disney hater. No, I just hate shit.
Well, I think Tom, so as somebody who's not a huge Scott Snyder fan, like, I think Tom King gets a lot of crap for his Batman run. And Scott Snyder gets a lot of love for his Batman run, and they're both, in my opinion, roller coaster rides of really great stuff and then really crappy stuff that doesn't work. And I think the difference is Scott Snyder gets a pass where Tom King does not.
You know why Scott Snyder gets a pass? Because people didn't ride his run out.
Right, they didn't read the end. That's the fact, because I feel truly that, like, if they read Scott Snyder all the way to the end, they'd realize how similar his run is to King.
It's kind of like the Donny Cates Hulk effect. Everyone heard how great Immortal was, like, okay, I'll jump on Hulk at this new #1. No, Hulk's not good. Immortal Hulk is good. Like, you're now stepping into Donny Cates about the ruin this.
Bryce Stevenson, Punisher.
Rob, what are you holding up? What were you holding up there?
These are donations to Comics Curing Cancer from an artist named Dan. Art in Motion Comics.
They are gorgeous.
Yeah.
So these will be available. I'm gonna be opening several things here.
22nd.
I have three packages here that just arrived. They're all for Comics Curing Cancer. I'm going to open them all right now.
I agree, C. Bizzle. Like, I was really interested in Tom King's run, and I'll be the first to admit that it got really uneven, but I still was really enjoying it. I enjoyed the ideas that he was presenting. I just wish he was given some consistency, given the and I don't think it's fair to crap on him and love up Snyder when I feel like they had a very consistent run.
I prefer Snyder's Justice League run over his Batman run.
I can see that. I can totally see
Jarro or give me death. Jarro as Batman's sidekick was the greatest thing I never knew needed.
Jarro is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I will actually give you that. That one was hilarious, but the overall,
I don't know, man. I'm a Justice League fan. It's the team book. The fact that it's not on shelves right now is still hurting my heart, but I know it's coming back for like a magnificent return when it does. And I love seeing, like, if this is what it takes for the dwindling amount of readers to touch something else other than what they think is I'm supposed to pick up this, I'm supposed to pick up that, and then you don't try the other characters. This gives the Titans room to win over the audience that they can easily win.
That they deserve to have. They should have a much bigger draw.
Yes, and now they're getting that opportunity, and Titans is fantastic. Nicholas Scott's artwork in it is spellbinding.
Yep. Fellow Aussie.
There he is. See, Simon's here.
All right, this is not exciting. This entire box is nothing but thermal printer labels for printing
Very excited.
Yay!
Printing
Well, big shout out
addresses.
to Thermal Labels.
One of the guys we were on
yes.
We were on something where we were talking about the fact that I just gotten this thermal printer, whatnot, and I was doing all the shipping. And the guy, I got a ton. Which one did you get? Because I got tons of these labels that don't work with my current printer. And he's, I'll send you like 500 of them. I'm all, so I don't have to buy labels forever. All right, this is Nick's Kicks and Comics.
That guy sucks.
Wait a second, I gotta do this right. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, Court of Owls is just a sliver, though. Like that's like just
that's the thing. Yeah, as good as Court of Owls,
Nick's Kicks and Comics
is. Oh wow, he's all geared. Look at him.
Keep going, Rob. Who are you wearing on your crotch?
There you go.
Legion of Comics.
That's what I'm talking about. Fandom happens there.
Exactly.
It's on the back.
New T-shirt ideas happening.
But like as good as Court of Owls is, like it's such a short portion of that full run. And I liked City of Owls and I liked Death.
The year
of
one
the
stuff was good.
It was but it was like a steady decline top to bottom for me.
Here's one, War of Jokes and Riddles. Who did that?
That was great.
Yeah, sure was, wasn't it?
And I love all the like Catwoman dating Batman, all the like Superman double date at the fair thing. Like,
that was awesome. And they dressed up as each other.
Yes. Oh my god. And Catwoman refuses to dress up, and they still let her in. She's like, "I'm not dressing up. You don't have to make me. You can't make me wear a costume for this thing."
All right. Let's see what the Nick sent. We have a shiny facsimile.
Ooh.
181.
That's
with the
pretty.
Wolverine label. We got a foily facsimile
and the Venom label.
300 with the Venom label.
Thank you, Beckerman.
We have a 7.0 first appearance of Jubilee.
Ooh. I still do not own that book.
Well,
you could.
Yeah.
Get ready. Start saving.
First appearance of Lyra Bloodstone.
That's cool. Designer variant.
Let's see. This is Batman Fear State Alpha.
Ooh, that is a wild variant.
Yeah.
That is creepy as heck.
It is the Bird City Comics Edition B. And it says sketch on cover.
Oh, so it's a sketch cover?
Or has it got a ray mark on it?
If it's got a sketch on the cover, I don't know where. Why wouldn't it be a yellow or green label?
Yeah.
So it's got to be a sketch. Sketch cover must be that it's just like not colored in.
Okay.
I guess.
And
Eternals issue 9.
Jim
this is
Chung?
obviously. I think this is probably a. Knowing Marvel the way they do this might be a 1 in 100 for all I know, with it being a black and white.
No, they were just a stand. I think they were just a standard like C or D or something like that.
That's a variant edition, whatever it is.
Yeah,
very cool.
They did a whole heap of them.
All right, I'll take back what I said. Nick's all right.
Yeah, with more slabs to add to the pile. We got like almost 3 full boxes of slabs now. All right, you can put, thank you.
I'm gonna go. The girls are starting a movie. I think I'm gonna go and see what they're doing.
Outstanding. All right, John. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the invite, Simon. I'm glad I made
sorry.
it this time.
I'm sorry that you're in Southern California, but nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Yeah,
that's right.
I'm just gonna rub it into to Tony next time I see him that you jumped on mine and you just in the chat.
Way a better show here. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John. See you, mate.
Wow. That's a lot of freaking labels. Holy shit. I don't know what to do with all these.
Oh, so did you get one of those like thermal sort of like on a roll type printers?
Well, yeah, you can put them on a roll or a flat stack or whatever, but yeah, they print the address labels right on it. So it cuts down a lot of my hassle, my tape usage and wear and tear.
Mark showing the Spidey books.
He's showing the John Jang book. He doesn't care who the character is. He only cares who the cover artist is.
Yeah.
Oh, I legitimately enjoy Spider-Man. Just I don't enjoy modern day Marvel Spider-Man.
I know.
As to be fair, neither do Spider-Man fans.
Yeah, right now it's not as bad, but
the fact that you said not as bad lets everyone who's listening, including yourself, know.
Well, yeah, that is true.
No, I'm sorry. This whole he's been injected with the Goblin serum has been a hot turn.
Oh, I haven't gotten. I guess I'm 2 issues behind. So.
Oh no!
Nobody has said, "Hey, Spider-Man's fantastic" in the last how many years now?
No, since Volume 1 ended.
Yeah, Rob will die on the Clone Wars. Clone Saga killed it.
Oh God!
There was some great Spider-Man stuff in the early 2000s. Rob, that package I sent you, did that show up yet?
It did. Thank you.
Okay, that story was fucking awesome.
Right. That was the one issue I needed. So now I was able to put together the whole set, so that could be an item on a collected story thing.
So when that came out, they did these ratio variants. Was early in the ratio variant game, where it's just Spider-Man jumping at you with an explosion behind him. And every issue, the 12 issue, had a different Spider character on it in the same pose, but he'd be the classic suit, the black suit, the bag on his head, everything. Right. And I collected those. So I'm like, I'm going to break my setup to send Rob this one issue out, and I'll just replace it down the road when I care.
Yeah, that they did something similar with variants on one of the Spider-Verse books, essentially, where you
would have to have like a 1,000 issue series now to do that, to get all the Spider characters. That's another thing. Like, Spider-Man means nothing anymore. Like, they've watered down that character, taken away any kind of anything that made him who he was. Oh, like everyone's like, this past week, this Nightcrawler Spider-Man is pretty good. No, it's not. The fact that this Nightcrawler Spider-Man, stop, bad, sucks, stupid. Leave it at that.
Agreed.
It was a great issue.
Although I will admit that I am somewhat interested. I am cautiously optimistic to read the Superior Spider-Man release, just because I really did enjoy it.
Or the one from a couple years ago.
There's a new one that's coming out.
Yeah,
there's a new.
But because I enjoyed the last round of the Superior Spider-Man, I'm cautiously optimistic. But at least there's some vague reasoning for him to adopt a spider personality and be like that. But
there has been some exceptions to the rule, though. Like, obviously with Rob Spidey 2099, I really enjoyed Spider-Man Noir. Like, even just the design and things like that. It's just
the Spider-Man Noir most recent miniseries that they did was really interesting, because it had some great interpretations of characters within that universe. They're great, though, as just like DC has a lot of these Elseworlds type stories and stuff that you do. They're great from that kind of a concept, but to constantly be shoehorning them into the main universe and having these a billion spider crossover events and stuff is just a little bit much for me. I much prefer them if they were more of like the Elseworld stories were.
In their own universe and just stick to it, sort of thing.
Rather than there is a book literally dedicated to all of them, and technically 3 books dedicated to them, because we got Gwenverse, Venomverse, Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's absolutely stupid. To me, in my mind, this is just me.
But by the way, Mark, to keep it in perspective, this is comics.
I mean, all right. Well, then let me rephrase this.
It's just Marvel's Batman.
In my mind, it's absolutely not. I wish it was. I wish they would tone it down to just that. But in my mind, in comics, there you go, Cliff. In comics, it shows an utter lack of creativity or quality of writers. That's all it shows.
Or this is what is selling, so we're going to milk it until it doesn't pay anymore because we have no other ideas.
Yeah, the whole lack of ideas. That's what I'm saying, lack of creativity. Because
I will tell you, while I was struggling with Amazing Spider-Man, I was having a good time with Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse bullshit.
It seems like Miles is the only book that I'm hearing like,
Miles is great.
Like Miles is fantastic.
Great. That is a solid freaking book.
Rob's been saying that for a hot minute, and he ain't the only one I've heard say it.
Chris says it too. Well done.
Yeah, Chris says it too.
No, that book is great.
Yeah, now they're going to come out with another Spider-Man 2099 series, and I'm already off. I'm already not even going to pick this one up because first of all, it's like he's supposed to be dealing with some kind of like zombie horde or some such crap, and then so I'm like, okay, I don't care about zombies, and I don't care about Spider-Man and zombies, and then they turn around and say, oh yeah, and it's being written by the guy who just did this Spider-Man Exodus, and he did such a great job. I'm all, obviously you read a different Spider-Man Exodus than I read because I'm not down for that. So maybe that's why I keep picking up
nice
more
covers, but no good story, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's all they've become, right? It's half the books have become covers with no substance. You know, it does. You could use tissue paper between the covers, and they'd sell just as many books because that's all there. You're cover biased,
and that's the world we're living in now. It's all just come down to eye candy. That's all it is. People are just like, oh, I like that cover, that cover, that cover. Don't necessarily read the story.
They just get the original.
Oh, that's done by that artist.
Yeah, that artist.
I'm okay with Spidey 2099. It's interesting.
I love Spider-Man 29. That's my favorite Spider-Man.
The original Spider-Man.
No, he's not right. I'm like, but I don't mind this series.
Actually, I don't mind. Even Volume 3 was pretty decent too, but some of the stuff they've done since then has been kind of
because Exodus gave us Winter Soldier 2099, Loki 2099.
Everybody. Well, they did that before because they were issuing some one shots too. They introduced Thor 2099, and they introduced. They've just been doing this over and over again, and none of them matter. The only character that matters is Spider-Man 2099. All the rest have been shit.
Yeah. Well, for me, like it's just been fun. When I look at Spider-Man 2099 Exodus, I just look at it like I looked at A Next, or Avengers Next, or whatever that was. I was just like, all right,
Yeah, no.
So it's great because when people aren't paying attention to it, I get it out of the discount bin.
I mean, I liked the original Spider-Man 29. I liked the original Punisher 2099. I liked the original Doom 2099.
Ghost Rider 2099. I don't know how people overlook that. Ghost Rider was good.
I can't get that in a 9.8 to save my life.
Doom 2099 was so impressive.
I remember you telling me that you found one of those, and you're like,
I haven't unboxed a Hulk 2099 in a 9.8 yet.
Yeah, like whoever. I remember we talked about that on the Friday morning stream that you had found one and ended up saying screw it on the price because there's no FMV on.
They don't exist.
They don't
just don't exist.
Kyle's back.
Hey guys,
welcome back.
Yeah, Mark, I haven't unboxed that yet. So
I settled for a 4 on mine because that's
yet
how
being the operative word.
Yeah, it's down there still. So yeah, the only one is the Ghost Rider is the one I haven't really gone looking hard, but they're really, really hard because of the comic cards that were inside of them. Mm-hmm. So when they stacked on, they're just to be complete. They have those cards in there. So and it has that thicker stock cover. It just has a freaking line down the middle of like every issue I can find.
To be fair, the cards are badass.
Yes, but if you remove them,
it's not a 9.8 anymore.
That's right. Not a blue label anymore.
You might find one day.
If I start looking for it, I'm sure I will. I thought I would never find a Spider-Man 2099 #1 newsstand in a 9.8. And then all of a sudden, recently, I've seen like several. Now, I'm not buying it because I'm not paying that kind of money. I don't value the newsstand that much as some of those folks. I've got a 9.6. I'm happy with it, but
you've got a direct in a 9.8, obviously.
Yeah, I have multiple 9.8s of the direct, and then I have the Toy Biz. I have the Toy Biz variant in a 9.8. The newsstand is the only one I don't have, and it's just in a 9.6, and that's fine. Especially since I didn't even pay for it. That was a A-OK from Slotted Up.
I love Slot. I keep seeing where he's popping back up, but
on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
he's at Wednesdays. He's been hanging out on
Tuesday.
No, the show's been moved from Tuesday to Wednesday.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm like looking. Did I find?
Don't stand on my foot. You've got nails and it hurts. My God, you hound dog.
So you're basically trying to get the whole entire set from the 90s, 2099 in 9.8s.
Well, I have it all now, except for the Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Because I have multiples of, except for Hulk, of the ones I have multiples of all of them. But
I'm just trying to think if I actually have. I definitely have Spidey. I definitely have Ghost Rider, Punisher. I think the X-Men. I don't know whether I have a Hulk.
I don't have the gold X-Men, I guess.
I don't think I have a Hulk.
There's a gold foil X-Men 2099. I haven't picked that one up yet.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring up that. I know it's a sore subject. Rob, don't try to convince yourself. We already know. You got to have it.
Maybe someday. It's just not burning. It's not like I'm going like, oh my God, I can't believe I don't have this. I gotta have this. It's not like I'm worried that they're going to suddenly release a movie and that on X-Men 2099.
Well, you didn't know X-Men 2099 is coming.
And that's going to suddenly skyrocket through the roof.
It is the comic market. We never know what is going to happen.
Wow, the gold one is a little pricey.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot less of them.
Were they like a B variant or something, or a second printing or something like that?
Well, I think it was a second printing, wasn't it? No.
It
was an incentive, but I don't think it was like how they do incentives today. There wasn't like a ratio incentive.
I don't remember what the deal was, but it was special and there was less of them, and 9.8 on it. Last time I looked was around $300.
Wow, that's like I've always wanted that.
Just share screen and buy one real quick.
It's all right. I'll pass.
You have no reason to be saving $300 right now,
except for shipping charges that I'm going to accumulate in October.
I was trying to dance around.
It's like, yeah, I always wanted that gold variant
all over the globe. I got to be ready.
Hey,
yeah, I wanted that Lethal Protector, like the first volume, that gold version. Not because of the rarity of it, just that I reckon it looks really cool.
Yeah, I never cared about that. Although there was like Mayhew did a homage to it where I had that, but I got the gold. Looks okay. I should pull some books to add to this. Let me grab some books to add to this giveaway box. Now that we depleted a bunch of it, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't put anything in there.
You should do a giveaway now for the just those on panel. What? I'm just trying to build a community.
Let's scratch some of those.
I'll wait till you're set before I embiggen you.
Yeah. We'll decide on some stuff here together. Okay, those are good. And then let's see. Do I want any of this stuff here? I don't have.
So I'm going to ask a really random question, mainly to Mark, as Mark's a movie buff. What clips do you reckon I should try and get to put? Like, I know we've talked about this, but I've been hashing it out with Remy a bit because he's going to be my clip guy.
I got an idea. Cliff, screen share your Pornhub account. Let's pull some clips.
Wow.
Hold on. Wait.
Send Spidey some of your OF content, please, sir.
I got something I've been working on.
Let's say we gave away one of these today, so I'll throw a replacement one of these in. I ended up recently getting a lot of like 20 copies of Detective Comics 600 that I paid like $20 for. So
noob. I would have gotten 30.
I'm not sharing that.
No, there's no nudity. There's no nudity. But
no.
That's beautiful, by the way.
I like that.
Okay, now I'm going.
There you go.
That's it. That's all you get.
So that's the one I want to use for my clip. For my
I know that Durs will like this one if he gets it. So
don't say no go.
Some Venom. Yeah, some Captain Marvel.
That's
that's what's name's first appearance.
There's some more Venom.
Ooh,
We can
that's
throw
cool.
in there.
Scorpion.
That's a good cover.
What else we got here? How about some Sue Storm?
Alex Ross goodness.
Alex Ross Storm, beautiful.
I don't know about this one. Maybe it's a lenticular.
That's a
Champions.
Walmart cover then.
Is that from Evolutionary War?
Yep.
Yeah, Champions.
It's a modern comic with a lenticular throwback
I'll put
on
it.
it.
I'll put it off to the side.
Oh yeah, I know Ken Lashley.
This is
did it
fire.
too.
This has got to go in there. That's fire.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Let me go pass on that one. Oh, this will make Chris go, what the hell is that doing in there? I'll throw in a ASM 92.
Then don't.
What the hell's that doing in there? And throw up the hands. Yeah, I'd be exactly the same.
Oh, we'll also throw in the Fantastic Four 66, the origin of him. I'll throw that in there.
Nobody's putting hashtags.
Doom Patrol #1. I gave away one of those today.
That's a wraparound cover, by the way.
Yeah, we'll put that in there. You want a Star Wars? How about
Do you have one in a comic skin with a custom label?
I gave that to my sister. Or I could put in some. I think this is Hellions.
Wow, that's a wicked cover. Do you know who did that cover?
Jay Anacleto.
Yep.
Or there's a Death Kamala issue.
I don't know. She's over sexualizing that cover. I don't like when people over sexualize Gwen.
Okay, Bounty Hunters. This is the Crimson variant. No, all right, that's an exciting one. How about an homage cover?
Homage. That's a nice homage right now.
Because that's never been done before.
So you're saying no? Okay.
No, that's a wicked cover.
I mean, at least it is Wolverine and Hulk. So
all right, I'll put that in. How about Peacemaker Tries Hard?
Yeah, that's a good one. Raw Deal homage.
Secret Wars #2.
Ooh.
What's that
or
in there?
I could put Secret Wars 6. We gave away Secret Wars 6 today. I could put a new Secret Wars 6 in.
Quit being a chunky. Why don't you put in an 8?
I'll put that. This is a cameo of Julia Carpenter.
Ain't nobody care about those. Put in number 8.
You know, Mark, what if I put this one in, Mark?
The Doctor Doom cover. What the?
That's actually like a $20 book in a mid-grade.
Claim.
We'll put that one in there. How's that?
Yeah, that's solid.
All right, then I'll hang on to this one. Okay, so I think that's good. I'll put the rest of these
them in my box. That'll do. I won't put the hashtag in one time.
Now, so we gotta put this up in there. Let's see here. You don't need to leave me big. I'm just putting books away now.
Oh, look at that! Look at Mark.
Oh, I got Hulk books, my dude.
Mark's got Hulk coming out.
I'm sorry. Did my tone suggest that I'm surprised that you had Hulk books? No, I just thought that you having that one handy was cool.
Oh yeah, if you got anything from like technically volume 1 they call it, but it's all handy except for issue like 1, 2, 6, and then like 7 random ones. The rest of them are all right here, including Tales to Astonish. So I'm trying to finish my Hulk run, so they stay out. Like my Transformers run is out, my Hulk run's out, because those are the only ones I'm actively trying to complete. But I don't just go online and buy them. I only shop.
Are you in a race against DJ?
No, I've been actively trying to complete Hulk for years. I just buy them when I get them.
I didn't know if there was a competition.
Nice.
No. Even though him and Southern Comic Geek always tag me when they see #1 for sale, it's time, bro. I'm like, no, because that price ain't right at all.
Because I'm not independently wealthy yet.
Yeah.
One day though, it will happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. When I decide to buckle down and go for #1, I will.
When
because you've completed your like 101 to current run, haven't you? Or you still need a few?
101 to current has like 7 scatter, and there's none of the keys. Like there's no. It's all like $10, $20 books. But again, I don't just go online and buy them. I want to find them in person.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things like if I finish this run, it's not going to feel fulfilling. It only feels fulfilling to chase them, not to complete it. The completion isn't the win. It's the finding every single one that you find is a massive win. You're like, boom, found a hole in the run, da 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 da. And once you complete it, you're like, yeah, now what I do?
Da dee da dee da.
Like Rob said, da dee da dee da. But Transformers, I'm aggressively
Transformers.
I'm already less than. I only have 9 issues to go to complete that run.
How big's the first volume run?
80 plus 2 tie-in series and a movie adaptation. There's 2 4-issue minis that go with it: Headmasters, Universe, and then the movie adaptation, which I have all of those.
At least it's not a giant, like it's not like 200 or 300 issues or anything.
Well, I got lucky. Like I pulled like half of it in one purchase one time, and then like 2 weeks ago, a collection came through town, and I went and
the hell is that doing in there? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that should go in the garbage.
There's an Alpha Flight #1 in here.
It's like dropping a $3 bill in the box.
Some $6 million man.
Nice. How'd that get in there?
I'm like, I'll win that Alpha Flight.
When you going after a G.I. Joe run as well, Mark, or did you not?
Once I finish Transformers, I'm switching over to G.I. Joe. That's why I'm completely okay with like aggressively going after Transformers and knocking it out, because I already know when I'm switching 100% that same effort right over to G.I. Joe when I'm done.
Do one run,
which we have a complete run of Action Force, which is G.I. Joe, like panel for panel, word for word, just under the title Action Force. It was released in the UK versus here. It was called G.I. Joe. We have that, but I'm like, I'll get the G.I. Joe one too.
Not chasing tails of G.I. Joe.
No. I went ahead and got #1, you know.
Nice. That's a hard one.
Yeah, I got that one at Heroes, Rob. You were with me.
Yeah, I remember. That was awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Big Lion Cat. Like, it was funny. Like, I'm not like, I don't want to say I'm mean to vendors, Cliff, but
they're all scared of Mark. Let's just put it that way.
So I Big Lion Cat's like, yo, I found a G.I. Joe over here, and it was a guy that had like 5-6 short boxes of slabs, and I go flip and I pull it up. I think he wanted like $150 or something for it. It was something that I thought was offensive. Like that's how you negotiate, is you have to be offended, visibly offended by the price you see on a book you want. And I'm like, yo, God, I think he had more than $150. Like on that HeroesCon video, I had all the details. I don't remember, but I'm like, dude, I'll give you $120 for it. He's like, do $140. And it's a deal. I'm like, no, I'll give you $120 for it. He's like, I don't think I can do that. And I just start lowering it slowly back into the box while I'm looking at him.
I would have just dropped it right back in. I'm like, all right, we're done here.
No, I just went like this, and he goes, all right, 120. I'm like, okay. And then I open my, then I peel out 120 and give it to him. I'm like, thank you. And then like the Transformers #8 that I got there, the first Dinobots, it's like a $20 book, right? I found a guy that had one for $60. The only guy there that had one for $60, and I beat him down to $20.
Oh, God.
And what's funny is everyone was standing around me, like DJ, Vet, Comic Man Andy, and like I was relentless on this guy, and they're sitting there just like laughing, watching me, and they're just having fun, stuffing stickers and stuff in my back pockets while I'm like just in the pocket doing work. And eventually I got it for what I wanted it for.
Is this all on video?
Yes.
I'm gonna go look for it. I can't wait.
Yeah. You need to check my channel and DJ's channel for the footage. Are you one of DJ's Patreons?
No.
I'm about to say there's like he has a lot of raw footage of just with Madeline was just walking around with the camera and stuff where it's not edited and stuff. So there's like 45 minutes of just home video basically on the floor at Heroes, where a lot of this is in there, me just haggling. That's the word for it, haggling.
terrorizing is more from what I hear.
No, they say something stupid. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I don't know better. I think people forget that. Like, they're like, there's an art to this. You have to pretend like you're ballet. Yeah, sure you do, but don't start from a position that they're making any sense. Like, yo, you're fucking crazy. That says $60. Are you high? Are you high? And then the dude's like, well, check key collector. And I literally said, what's that? And I allowed him to take 5 minutes to explain to me what key collector was before I just turned around and showed him my phone. Like, bro, I know what key collector is. Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, it was a whole thing. It was fun. It was fun.
Okay, Mark also has patience that I don't have. I just get into a screaming match, and now I'm just like, let's just see where it goes.
No, there's definitely an art to it. You have to start with like my man, not the Denzel Washington, my man, but like you have to have the slight I'm offended, my man. This really say $60? Did you price this in 2020? What's happening right now?
Yeah, I'm not suave. I'll look at it and I'll be like, okay, this is ridiculous. And I go, why is this $60?
Remy was there.
I was there.
For the Heroes Con haggle. The Heroes Con haggling.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, the best haggler in my life was this girl Elena who came up from Brazil, and
$5.
Yo, she no.
That's Thailand.
We were training her. We were training her and her coworkers basically to take half of our work away to Brazil. And but like on the weekend, like I hung out with them one weekend and I took them to Woodbury Commons, and she was haggling with people there and they were kind of not having it. And she's like, this is a discount outlet. How can we not make a deal? And then like we went to Palisades. We went to Palisades Mall afterwards, and yo, she was getting deals left and right. She was like, get me your manager. This, and actually, you know what? You're right, Mark, because she's like, no, this is offensive. I pay these prices in Brazil. And yo, she like left with so much shit. People were just in awe of her. And
yes, you have to be offended by offensive prices. If you're not, they think they're about to get over on you. Like if you're offended by the prices you see, they're like, okay, this person clearly knows values of the books we're looking at as I do. You know what I mean? Like it cuts through all that bullshit.
I had a lot of fun in Canada with that.
Yes, Remy.
Hey, I made something.
Oh.
It's like 50-second song. It's your channel though, sir. I mean, do you mind if I play something?
Go for your life.
Are you sure? I made it for you.
What's up, Roscoe?
It's like 50-second song. It'll be real quick.
It's not that one of like I can see my face on it, like right down the bottom of all of it.
Whitey.
You know, talk about the 1 minute 34 one.
No, that's your intro.
Oh, okay.
It's not that long.
Oh, it's the 52-second one.
Yeah, do you mind? Can we play that? I made it for you.
Hit it.
Stop.
You touch my heart.
Oh, that was like you said. That was magical.
It was magical. It was.
Hopefully, it's slow enough you don't get a ding for that. But
yeah, we hope this doesn't take away the money you would have made off this stream.
Mm-hmm.
What money?
Oh no, I hate that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I mean, I didn't want to take over your stream, sir, even though it's got my stuff on here. I feel bad.
I can't even say all of my stuff.
I know. That's what I mean. I feel bad. Like I said, I got in here and then people started joining, and literally it was like, even if I would have gotten out, they would have been stuck on my setup. So
Yeah, well done, Remy. Very well
Thank
done.
you. I appreciate it. Thank
The
you.
timing was amazing. the song selection, perfect. I just imagine each of you like thinking of each other's smells now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like part of my regular life, so that's good.
I didn't know Remy was a James Blunt guy, but now I'm like impressed.
Oh my god, on his wedding anniversary, he's playing You're Beautiful. You know it now.
Yeah, dude, James Blunt's fantastic, all bullshit aside.
Very talented.
He has a live performance of that song that he did at this Oxford like presentation thing that they do, but it's fantastic because it's just him on the piano and like just an auditorium style thing with no like mic.
I feel like that's all you need sometimes.
That's all you need. No mics, no electronic hookups.
No.
So best rendition.
No backup, nothing.
Just fabulous acoustics and raw talent.
Raw talent.
I'd play the whole thing, but it's a bit long.
Like one night, Pocan Joe, few too
my
many cocktails, and Roscoe, the gorilla.
Must have been a day that ended with Y.
I can't remember whether it was on Banter or whether it was on Remy's Place. I can't remember, but I remember it must have been Remy's Place because I think
It had to have been Remy's Place, yeah, because I uploaded that.
Yeah, you were like, I just have to go for a minute.
Yeah. And Joe was
and then like 5 minutes later he comes back and just starts playing.
Joe's like, I would like to just watch you. We're like, what? I was like, I just watch you draw.
Hi, Roscoe. Come and join us.
Hey, good news, everybody. Meg 2, The Trench, the hit blockbuster
streaming now.
Jason Statham is streaming now on Max.
Yep.
I will be watching that tonight.
Dude, Max is on fire. That's the one to go to.
What is it?
The Meg, you know, the
Jason
giant
Statham, and I haven't even seen the first one. I have not seen the first one.
Well, the best part is I just watched the first one like a month ago, and then they were like, "Hey, guess what? Meg 2," and I was like, "Oh man,
when
didn't know."
Yeah, it's like if you give a sci-fi channel a real budget, you get the Meg. Hell yeah,
it's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, I mean that's all it's meant to be, right? It's exactly what you get. Exactly what you sign up for with it. Like I'm not going in here watching Martin Scorsese's Jaws. I'm going here to watch The Meg starring Jason Statham.
Nothing wrong with Jason Statham.
His accent.
I heard they're doing.
Right?
I like his accent.
They had that Prey 2 thing. I think I saw it on IG or something. They were saying they were going to make a second one.
Prey 2. Oh, the Predator.
The Hulu Predator thing. Yeah,
God, that was good.
Yeah, supposedly they're making a sequel to that.
Remy, did you see it yet?
Yeah.
You finally got into your Hulu account?
Well, I did get into my Hulu account, but no, I think I bootlegged that one.
Nice. It's very Australian of you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to highlight that. It's like a fruit fly.
I don't think Dwight Schrute made it through Meg 1.
Yeah, I'll eventually see it.
Didn't Dwight die in the first one? Like when they caught the first Meg and they're like, we did it, but then the bigger one shows up and eats it off their crane and knocks the boat over. Fairly certain he got 8. I might be wrong.
I was just impressed to see him.
Yeah. The Office is timeless. You see where they're talking about rebooting, like redoing a whole new cast and doing The Office again.
I know. I feel like I'd be like that old guy who's like, this isn't as good as the original.
I definitely will be that guy.
Like, I just know that's going to be the route.
And when you say that, do you refer to the UK original or are you talking about the US remake?
To be fair, the UK mini-series defers to the American one. Ricky Gervais himself even defers to the American one. That was like 6 episodes, by the way. It's not even like a full show. Just a little special they did. It's not even good.
Okay, don't say that because, we got all the people
Fill me in.
Listen, I know plenty of people who are like, no, the original was the best, and then you Americans ruined it.
I tried, and I
All
did not.
2 hours of it trumps the 10 seasons y'all did and the flawless finale that has never been topped in television history.
You think that finale was flawless?
The Office had the most flawless series finale I've ever seen.
I don't know if it's the best ever, but it's good. I will say that.
You recall it? Michael Scott showing up needing 2 phones because one phone is not enough to hold the amount of pictures he has of his children.
No, that's beautiful. I love
the
that.
whole thing. When Jim cannot be Dwight's best man, and they look and Michael State, you cannot top that. The care that they put into not just the characters but the actors playing them, and just rewarding the fans from start to finish and closing out stories properly. I'm like, it can't get better than this. Like, it was amazing.
It was one of the better ones, but the later years of The Office are so
tumultuous,
but the ending is strong. So like, at least I will say, like, the last 2 episodes or last 3 episodes of The Office, I'm completely invested. Like I felt like they handled the end curve and the official end very well.
Yeah, I think that it hits, well, even the low points for The Office are still high points for television, in my opinion. But when you're comparing The Office to The Office, the low points can seem low, if that makes sense. But it's all running on a high bar.
And earlier we're talking about jump in on a later season. The Office is exemplary for that.
Yeah, that is true.
But what is cool, if you start with season 1, you'll see Steve Carell has thinning hair, but by season 2, his career took off, so he looks phenomenal.
Yeah, his hair is majestic. By the way, don't be mad at me, but I do remember whose finale I liked more, at least in the NBC lineup.
What you got?
And that would be Parks and Rec.
I see. I haven't gone through all the Parks and Rec. I need to.
You will, because much like me, as you start pushing towards the end,
Parks and Rec is great once you get to season 3.
Yeah. Like, no, it's sad. Like, one is terrible. 2 hits and misses. Like, they're literally finding their footing in season 2.
And then Roscoe. Aaron finds her parents even. Like,
I couldn't get into the Office.
Couldn't get into it?
No.
Give it another shot, man.
I had no idea what the hell was going.
Nothing. It's just a little slice of life. Just a little slice of life. You're gonna have to buy it on disc to get the entirety of it now, because who owns ABC now? Whoever owns ABC or
Disney?
What channel?
NBC.
Yeah,
Peacock.
Yeah, NBC owns it, so they started deeming some of it cancelable and started canceling episodes along the way.
Really?
Oh yeah. Just go to the Christmas episodes.
Parks and Rec was great once they got Rob Lowe in there.
I remember not liking Parks and Rec, and then I started getting into it, but I never got to the end. It just fell off at some point.
Hey, Mark.
There's my amazing
That's
co-host.
with Nick Offerman, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Want all bacon and eggs.
I like watching little clips of him just like savaging vegans.
Yeah.
Like nonstop. Anybody like writing
What is
letters
this?
and signing
This is
his
what
government name.
This
and
is what my
address.
food eats. Go back in there. So I want to have all the bacon and eggs. Now, I'm afraid that you might have heard that I want a lot of bacon and eggs. But what I said was, I want all.
He is so great. Megan Mullally's also great. They're a lovely couple.
Never saw any of Parks and Rec.
Again, I recommend it, but with the warning that it's gonna start real messy.
And like what John was saying earlier, like I am a completionist as well. Like if I start something, I have to start it from start to end.
And it's fine. It's fine to start it at the front. You just understand that it doesn't hit its when you hear everybody saying this is a great series and you're watching the first season, you're going, well, I don't see what the greatness is yet. It's because the greatness doesn't. It's much like even there's a lot of things that are like that, but I mean, when you start getting, especially towards the end, you start getting the relationship between Chris Pratt and Aubrey Edward, or not Aubrey
Plaza.
Plaza, yeah. Their relationship
is hilarious too.
Oh my God, so great those two.
Hey, Katie. Yeah, and I suppose like I know I'm going to be alone on this island when I say this, but it's like watching anime. Anime is a lot like that as well. Shut up, Mark. Yeah, it's quite often hard to get into it right at the start. You got to sort of stick out some of the confusing episodes or the boring episodes at the start to actually be able to get into the good stuff. No, not all of them. Some of them start banging straight from the start, but yeah, some of them, you got to get into it for a while.
That's called porn. Where some of them start banging from the start, but the other ones you just got to get into for a while.
Nah, porn, you never bang straight from the start.
Okay.
Always got to get into the pizza man coming to the door.
That's called filler, right?
Minimum.
That was the name of it, at least.
Okay.
Seems like it's a general consensus that a lot of these things we've been talking about, you got to wait till at least season 2 or season 3 before it to get good.
Sadly, but true.
Hit their stride.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to know what the characters are all about and figure it out. As opposed to they come right off of a pilot where they made one episode, they have a rough sketch, and they're trying to fill it out.
What's like because I watched the 3 episodes of what's it called? The Boys spin-off thing that's just popped up.
V.
Yeah, the V thing or whatever it is, like that. Like I'm enjoying like the first 3 episodes, but it's like something happens to one of the main characters, like pretty much in the first episode, sort of thing. You still see him in the rest of the series so far, but it's like, okay, that was a little weird.
Yeah, Parks and Rec's
still cool.
I say Parks and Rec's got so many great scenes, but or so many different things, but
yeah,
nothing is better than the burger cook-off.
Oh my God, that's great. It's like, what did you do to yours? I took beef, I put it on the grill, I flipped it, and I served it to you. And like that's it.
It's like they're trying to do a super fancy vegetarian, no meat. Oh, it's got this. Oh, this is really good. Oh, this is great. Would you beef, grill, bread? And he didn't even get like expensive beef. He goes like to the cheap.
No, he went to Family Dollar.
The cheap beef. So good. And even what's his name? The vegetarian guy eats it. He's like, oh, this is really fucking good. So good.
My God, and one of the sub themes of the show that the town just loves being unhealthy. Like they ran Sue's salads out of town. Yeah.
Pawnee's my type of place. So, Mark, I don't know why yours didn't show up today, but your special delivery's in the local post office, so I guess you're going to get it Monday. DJ got his, though. Yeah, I had pounds of barbecue today. I have a permit. It says I can do what I want.
Right
on. Good stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Did you do a good job? Did you retrieve Angel?
I did.
Phenomenal.
I did. I skipped the Taco Bell. I was working on that video for MadSpidey instead. I thought of it on the way to pick up Angel, and then I was like, "Yeah, we got to get home immediately. I've got to work on that."
What's funny is I almost had Taco Bell for dinner, but instead my wife decided she was going to Chipotle, and I said that's even better.
That is better.
We don't have that here either. I don't even know what Chipotle is. Besides being another
it's just another place it's a chain place that you can get tacos and burritos.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't need to worry about
but
that.
It has real ingredients as opposed to
I'll
taco
send
bowl.
one to you. I'll send one to you, buddy.
I mean, yeah,
burrito bowl. I'll send one to you.
Was that like your idea to send me a Big Mac all the way from the States? And Angel's like,
the American
no.
Big Mac to them.
Yeah, Angel's like, don't do that. That's a bad idea. Oh god.
Yeah.
So with no new blood, this might be fizzling out. Might not be a 5 or 6 hour stream by the looks of it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
TV
so
to watch.
when you want to, sir.
I'll wait till Mark gets back, and then
if
anybody wants to promote anything,
yeah,
I know Rob always does.
You have mere hours remaining.
There we go. We'll start with Rob then. He's always the promo man.
Mere hours remain to enter to win these 2 books. So if you haven't yet, go ahead. Go to my channel, linked video, blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Monday mail call, only slabs.
Well, but I have a special live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be going live with Ruben from IRF Authentics. It was their 4th anniversary mystery box, and I have 2 of them. And he's going to sit there while I unbox them live in front of him. We'll talk about the boxes. Everything inside the box is signed. There's a 50-50 chance of getting some sketch covers. The theme for this box was homage, so all the sketch covers were done as an homage to a famous cover, well-known cover. So we'll see what I got. Chance of slabs, all good stuff.
Nice. All right, Mr. Kyle, you got anything coming up on your channel?
But Tuesday I'm going to do part 2 of Volume 2 of Command by Earth 1.
I noticed you've been doing a lot of awesome reels too lately on IG too. I've been noticing as well.
Oh yeah, you and your sister.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the other channel called Back into Action with the remainder, I'm going to talk about the Power Cosmic Fairy to give them my overall.
Awesome. Nice. All right. Who we got next? Cliff.
Tomorrow I'm going to announce the winner of my 1,000 Instagram followers thing. So someone's got to get this.
It's awesome.
It's a Jim Chung cover, so that in it alone I think is great. CliffOnComics.com. I've got my mystery boxes, and if you get a golden ticket, you'll be getting a copy of this West Coast Avengers #1. Oh, without all that there. And Sunday nights we do box office and movie news on the Council of Comics, and Monday nights at 8 we do the new comics of the week. And this week our special guest to promote Comics Curing Cancer will be Rob himself.
It's true.
We are super psyched.
Mr. Mark.
Out weeks in Sunday night, 8:30. We're gonna go deep inside Ahsoka.
That sounds.
Did you have said that any filthier?
Yeah, we're gonna go deep inside Ahsoka.
Boom. Mr. Remy Q.
You touched my heart, you touched my soul, changed my life and all my goals.
I'm glad you ended it quickly before you demonetized his whole channel.
Wait, is it? You think he's monetized? That's
No,
adorable.
I would never be monetized, sir. Thank you for the vote of confidence, though.
Why would you say never? I mean, what are you talking about? People like know you and follow you.
Yeah, it's the small group of people that actually pity me. Yes, thank you very much.
Oh my god, I love this lack of.
Don't hit it again, Remy.
You know me too well. I was just about to hit that. You knew I was screwing that thing up. I'm going to be on the lookout for some new videos by MadSpidey. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be focusing on this week.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it Thursday.
I won't have the day off. I won't be able to grace you with my presence.
We'll talk about it anyways. How about that? We'll talk about it anyways. I've got
I've
got a good intro and a good outro for that show. It's going to be great.
I'm worried now.
I'm like, he's got an Australian accent. He plays well with Americans. I mean, come on. He's a star, baby.
Don't even sound like American accents anymore, to be perfectly honest. It all just sounds normal to me now. Really,
I'm glad that we ruined everything for you. I appreciate
it. The mistake is now gone. I'm done. No. So obviously, Spidey's Outback. Oh god, now I got to remember the times now because we just hit daylight saving time. So it used to be 11 a.m. Sundays for me. Now it's midday Sundays, but it's still 9 p.m. Eastern real time. I'll let Mark have that one for once.
Thank you.
On Saturday nights, and I will continue to do my statue reviews, my artist series, mad mail calls, and whatever else I decide to come up with. Do you have something you'd like to play as the ending, my illustrious co-host?
Oh, can I?
So we will end it with whatever my illustrious
it should
co-host.
be ended with a real goodbye.
That's right.
You touched my heart, you touched my soul, changed my life and all my goals. And love is blind, and that I knew when my heart was blinded by you. Have kissed your lips and held your head, shared your dreams and shared your bed. I know you well, I know your smell. I've been addicted to you. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one.